So, last time on the wilds of Valandiir, the Crown Collectors, having defeated a number of adventuring parties prior to the final round of the team battle, sit and pack in a power nap of sorts as they geared up to face off against Hammered Pride and win the purse and trophy and applause of the crowd. However, a number of hindrance spells and a deadly poison trap threatened to do the party in for good, if not for the intervention of none other than Hammered Pride themselves. With the present crisis averted, the Crown Collectors were saved and healed by the clergy of Dane and tossed back out onto the sands of the Colosseum. No more worse than wear than could be expected, and with both teams now ready, they clashed sword, arrows, spells, and fists, railing against each other again and again until ultimately only one side was left standing. The Crown Collectors stood victorious over the unconscious members of Hammered Pride, a worthy and honorable set of adversaries. The crowd exploded, the rose petals and confetti fell from the stands, and you were all presented with your winner's purse and handsome trophy, which is, on the side, a bit bulky, just saying. It's a badge of honor to all who beheld this well-fought battle. As you limped yourselves off the arena floor, the roused and healed members of Hammered Pride offered to buy you all a round of ale and congratulations. Eagerly accepting, you found yourselves ingratiating with the group of adventurers, sharing your stories of life in the wilds and political intrigue and the like, and as the night began drawing to a close, a black-furred hand slipped Baranor a small note, its owner disappearing into the crowd of the tavern, leaving your ranger with only the words, "Dustbin tonight, bring your friends." And that is where we pick up. Crown Collectors, within the riotous noise of the patrons of the Spanning Cup, Hammered Pride sits at a long table across from you guys, sharing food, drink, and tales of their adventures. Godric is deep in the middle of a story of their escapades in eastern Valandiir, while Seth and Baranor compare their bows. Yuno and Govina seem to be in a deep but drunk discussion over the benefits of abjuration over evocation schools. Koza seems enthralled with Asharix's use of healing spells, and Atgeir, Axton, Vess, the human rogue, and Balthazar, the gnomish demolitionist, they're all playing a hearty drinking game, flipping coppers into their tankards. Sazro seems content with playing his mandolin for the crowd, and Maven seems happy with watching over everything, perhaps scanning the tavern for too much roughhousing. And it's at this moment that Baranor receives his note and presents it to his compatriots. We're going to start off just a bit of a reminder and a rewind, just because it's really, really funny. And that is that Maven, Atgeir, Koza, your outfits are ruined. They are all... So we got Maven and Atgeir, whose clothes are completely covered in tar from like the neck down. And Koza, your clothes, Koza's clothes are completely, not totally turned to ash, but we're gonna go ahead and move over to the chat and check out what these three look like at this present moment in this tavern.
Oh boy. Oh no.
So, yeah, let's go with that one.
That's not as bad as I was expecting.
I was beginning to wonder if that was a strategically placed chair.
Perhaps. I'm not going to say the chair was
Would a certain
integral.
cantrip take care of that?
No. You'd have to use disguise self
A
over and
certain
over again. But, no.
A hard to pronounce spell?
Prestidigitation? Negative. As a matter of fact, we learned something over the last couple weeks, and that is the druids don't have access to prestidigitation, so everybody's clothes are pretty gross right now. But these three are looking more worse for wear. Koza stood for several, I'd say 20, 30 seconds on fire and just healing people. He kind of looked like this crazy fire demon guy. It was kind of weird and wild. But it was at the cost of his clothing. So the three of you are definitely going to visit and mind you, it's like late afternoon. So, because you guys fought first thing in the morning pretty much. So yeah, that's what's going on. Bogey, you online with us?
I am.
How you doing, man?
I've been better.
Oh boy.
Very late night, but I'm good.
Cool.
Got back at 3 a.m. From
Yikes.
some National Guard stuff we were doing.
That's what? That's
But I get the day
for
off,
us,
so.
right? 6 a.m. That was this morning.
Yeah, you get the you get me for the whole session today.
Oh wow! Woohoo! Awesome. Everybody's here. It's pretty
Good
great.
trade-off.
We all thought half the party was going to be gone. That's great. This is going to be a fun day then. Glad to have everybody. All right, so yeah, you guys are just sort of hanging out. Let's
In more ways than one.
let's have Sazaros give me a good old performance check, please.
My performance.
17. So the atmosphere of the pub, which is called the Spanning Cup, it's so named because there is this legendarily large goblet that is looks like it's been sliced in half, perhaps made of brass, mounted to the wall above the hearth, and it's got through your guys' sort of interaction within the pub and chatting around, you learn that is the goblet of a giant. It's the goblet of a storm giant, to be specific, and it was split in half and given to the heirs of this great giant house, this giant clan, and the brothers, the sons of the master of this clan. They split the cup because they couldn't agree on who would, kind of political intrigue of the storm giant societies, and that's how this pub came to be. And Sazaros, at this moment, you're playing your mandolin. The mood of the crowd is sort of not somber, but it's an afternoon crowd. Nobody is really getting riotous and crazy. They're actually trying to kind of relax and enjoy themselves after the excitement of the team battle, which, by the way, you are all surrounded at this moment by fans and audience members and the crowd members of the team battle Coliseum. It was a great day. It was an amazing day. You're all pretty much healed up. Everyone's a little banged up. You're definitely very tired. And it's at this moment that Paranor, you get this note. So, do you guys all want to do?
I kind of asked there. I kind of wait for like a lull in the group to see like what everybody's mood is. Like, are we getting bored with this? Are we going to continue? Like, I've already told people about the note, so it's whenever we. When do we want to leave this shindig and out?
I'm thinking maybe, give it a good 2-3 hours. And then, we need to get our Intrepid 3 over here cleaned up and clothed.
Yeah, what time is it about?
It's about 2 p.m. Thereabouts.
Okay.
Either head back to the Hargrove estate for a change of clothes, or just to a tailor shop.
And, at this moment, you see.
Or maybe we could hit up Bolos for something.
Sorry.
What about that bathhouse?
The basket.
I realize that wouldn't cause that would.
Go ahead.
What?
Go ahead.
That wouldn't help Koza's outfit, but it might help with Maven and Adgear.
Yeah, I could stop at Photos or, like Sazro said, a tailor shop or something like that.
You see Adgear kind of grab the end of his beard, and he goes, "Right, there's really no helping tar in the beard. Just gonna have to go, laddies." And you see him grab his beard, and a little tear rolls down his eye, and he's like, "Me and this beard have been through so much together." And he grabs his dagger and chops the end of his beard right off.
No!
Whoa!
Is it the bully dagger?
It is not. It is his poison dagger, but he's holding the end of his beard and he's just looking at it going, "Don't worry, I'm gonna take good care of you, and your predecessors will be proud of me for growing a new one." And he just kind of stuffs it in his pocket and just sort of gets up like he's ready to go.
No, I wanted the bully dagger to insult him after that. Anyways.
I don't get to hear it. It's just in his head.
Okay, how about everybody else?
I'm good to go whenever. Like I said, I'm just doing what I do, I'm fine to head out whenever.
Yep.
Well, what this involves all of you, so.
Yeah, I'm good to go whenever.
All right.
Okay.
So are you going to go straight to the dustbin? It did say, just to remind you, it did say dustbin tonight.
Tonight. Yeah. No.
So yeah.
I'm saying get these guys cleaned up first.
So I'm going to say this. You guys are at the tavern, the Spanning Cup, swapping stories with the group. And Balazar, he comes over and he slides y'all 4 platinum. Just in a short stack, slides it across the table and he goes, just wanted to say, really sorry about your outfits. Not so sorry about your outfit, Mr. Koza. I think that was somebody else's problem, but definitely the tar was me. So I'd like to buy you guys some new threads. So here, take it and thank you. He hops down and immediately goes to the other side of the bar to sort of down a shot with a couple of his friends. So somebody can add 4 platinum to the pile of loot that you guys got from all of this. I think that's one,
I'll add that to the party fund.
I don't think we divvied out the winnings. If we are.
Yeah, no, I think we're just
No, we
chucking
haven't
the
had
party
party
fund.
money yet.
I will say, Mr. Sazros, that you did earn. It was a slow day because it is the day, but you had a lot of high-paying tippers. So obviously they're fans of yours. Everybody was buying you drinks. Pretty much everybody here is a little day drunk, and it's going to be a fun afternoon getting from one place to another. Let's just say that. But you did manage to earn 56 gold, and we'll say 103. We'll do almost twice that in silver. And handfuls of copper. I mean, anything between 10 and 35 pieces of copper if you want to even bother writing it down.
Okay. So how much gold and silver again?
That was 56 gold, which is a big haul for for a bar play. And double that, or we'll say 103 silver and maybe like 35 copper, because you're not really keeping all of that. You're sort of tossing that back into the crowd and stuff. It's going to be 15 gold each for a new set of traveler's outfit, which can look pretty much anything that you like. Maven just went through the process of buying clothes, so it wouldn't be an issue for her to purchase something pretty similar to what she purchased before.
Okay. I'll let her know when she gets back in here. She's currently on the phone with family, I think.
That's cool. Koza, it's going to cost you anywhere between 4 and 15 gold to wrap.
I mean, what's a phone?
4 and 15 gold, depending on how nice you want it to look. I'm going to go ahead and subtract 15 gold from Atgear as you guys visit the local tailor shop. And Atgear actually kind of grabs something pretty roguey looking, pretty neat looking. And, Koza, you're able to pick up some traveler's clothes. It's not as earthy as you like. There's no vines on it yet. But,
well, that's what Photos is for.
And you guys kind of pick up something like this as you guys meet back up with the group.
Well, you guys clean up pretty well.
Yep, it's a little weird seeing Atgear without his beard. It's a little strange. But he's looking a little warmer. Does Koza. Koza's wearing some furs. He's definitely not a humongous fan of wearing furs, but he does know that it's better to be warm than cold. At least until he can enshroud it all in plant material. So that'll be, I don't know if Bogey, if you're handling her character sheet or not, but that's just going to be 15, between 4 and 15 from her, depending on how high quality she wants it to be.
Okay, I just messaged her 15 gold off of that. Hang on.
So,
while they're gone shopping, can I possibly sell some of my boulette hide and have a boulette hide or head fragment?
Yes, you do, and yes, you can. So Atgear's going to go ahead at this point and point you towards the district that he got the ore process to, because he knows there's also a lot of taxidermists and tanneries and liveries and blacksmiths in this area. It's a little adjacent to Sternforge Lane. It's more towards the edge of the city. And you find a rather robust, full-blooded orc standing at a kind of a large anvil, very large. It's about 4 to 4.5 feet tall, and it's on a stump that looks like it was made from an oak tree of some kind. And he's towering over it, probably another 5 or 6 feet, and he's hammering this large hide with what looks like a big root ball on a, grabbing it and beating this hide, this very thick, very kind of wildebeest looking hide, kind of a brown gray, short hair, and he's got a big long tusk that kind of pokes above his eye line a little bit, and he's kind of cut that and capped it with like a gold ringed jewelry piece. He's just kind of beating this large hide and looks up. Yeah, what you want?
I was planning on tanning this hide myself, but I think I'm going to be a bit preoccupied with the events coming up. I'm not going to have time. Just wondering if you're interested in, purchasing this, and I dump out the bullet hide and that fragment from its head.
Yeah, and you've got this large section of the first boulet that you guys killed. Large section of its skull and a rather sizable kind of, I think it was like a 5-foot square length of this leather from the underbelly of this thing. And he's just kind of stretching it in his hand. He's like, this is tough material. Interesting. This is a land shark's skull fragment, isn't it?
It is.
And he just kind of sniffs it. He brings it close. He kind of turns it over with where the brain side, and kind of sniffs it. And he's like, "It's gonna need a bit of work, but it's in fine shape. And the hide is a nice size too. Might be able to do a number of things with that. What were you looking for as far as payment?
Best price I can get or possible trade.
Possible trade. Well, is there something you're looking for?
I don't know if you would have it here, but I'm looking for some javelins. My previous one just broke, and I might need some in the upcoming battles.
Right. And you see him just kind of put his root ball, sets it down, and takes the length of leather that he's working on, the hide, and kind of dumps it into what looks like a steam bath of some kind. And he kind of stomps over to the one corner of his shop, kind of draws this leather curtain, and you just see a wide array of gleaming steel, iron, copper, bronze, weapons, and armor that kind of just kind of sticks out. And that's why he's got it. You imagine that's why he's got it covered, because it draws your attention. And he looks over and sees a pile of spears, pikes, kind of throwing rods or darts and things like that, and
Perfect.
Yeah, pretty large array. If there's something that you're looking for as far as looks, you can go ahead and roll an investigation check.
Well, I'm looking for javelins and possibly a harpoon.
Harpoon. Okay.
A harpoon.
So there are kind of a wrapped with a leather strap bundle of.
8. Sorry.
It's okay.
Didn't mean for advantage.
No worries.
Go ahead.
Yeah, you find a wrapped bundle of javelins. They're most overlay, and right now, I mean, there's gold.
How much was the boulet hide worth?
Looking that up right now. It's gonna be. He's not gonna give you a whole lot, and not as much as you would imagine for boulet hide. Certainly not what you would want. But the size that you have, he's gonna give you 20 gold for it. Typical leather.
Okay, I'll take it out of that.
Typical leather is about 10 gold. This is boulet hide, so it's It's got a little something extra to it, which it also carries its value up a bit. So that's 20 gold minus 4, which is 26 left out of that pile. I'll say this. An 8 is not very high. So you miss out on spotting this one thing. But what you do see is you see this kind of a display. It doesn't have any glass in front of it, but it's like a shoebox size. And there's about 6 different arrangements of sets of 3 darts, and there are a lot of different shapes and sizes. Some are just real simple. It just looks like a kind of like a triangle wedge blade. Some are real elaborate. They got like hooks and blades on them and stuff. And it's just something interesting that you see on your way out.
Yeah, I might inquire about them another time. I'm not really interested in darts per se.
Okay. Man. Who's next?
I do have one question, though.
Yes, sir.
I distinctly remember the beginning of last session that there was some laughter from the hidden person who we're assuming was the person who laid the trap for us.
This is correct.
Did that laugh sound familiar at all from anybody that we have met or come across?
Sazaros, give me a perception check. This would have been something that you would have heard or something like that. It would have only been you, really.
24.
No, they don't sound familiar to you. It just sounded like a youngish woman, maybe in her 20s, 30s. A bit raspy, but definitely a feminine voice that disappeared in the puff of smoke that eluded Maven when she chased after her. Yeah, you don't recognize it. It's a new voice. Not sure who it was.
Okay.
Yeah. Dr. Bean, I have to clarify something. I poo-pooed you the last time you investigated for diamonds because I forgot that you do not need a single diamond worth 300 gold. You just need 300 gold worth of diamonds with an S. So I will say that the last time you were at that shop with that guy who was offering gems, he did have 300 gold worth of diamonds. He had an entire bag of diamonds. So I would say if you wanted 300 gold worth of diamonds, we can flip that and make it that you did find it, and you can add that to your inventory if you wanted to spend the gold on it.
I will do that.
And you do know that your ring functions as needs a full rest in order to recharge the ability to revivify again. It's a once-a-day thing, unfortunately.
All right.
Steph just said that Maven will pay for half the diamonds. Very good. So whoever is handling the finances and her character sheet.
She should be in charge of her. If she's messaging that, she's in charge of her character sheet at this point.
So I'm going to roll for Adgear because Adgear is going on a bit of a pickpocketing run. That's very good. That's a natural 16 plus 100,000. And he's going to... You're going to see him at some point during the day return to the group and hand over... You see him... He's got 2 sacks in his hands. One of them he stuffs in his waist satchel. And the other one contains 45 gold that he's handing over to the party fund, I guess. 3 platinum, 110 silver, and say 220 copper. It's a good day for old Akir. All right. Getting to be about 5 or 6 in the afternoon. What does the crown collectors do to fill their evening? This is your show, so to speak.
Well, if everybody's cleaned up and everything, Is 6 o'clock considered night around here?
Nah, not really. Not
No?
really.
Okay. All right, we got a little bit of time. Okay. Is there anything as a group we need to do before? What's the next tournament?
Okay, so Joust is coming up in a couple days. Right now, it's going on at the
That's
Coliseum that you guys all sort
That's-
of.
Axton, right?
Yeah, that's Axton. The next couple days, you guys have sort of figured out that the Coliseum is sort of doing some stuff for beginner adventurers, kind of thing. There's a beginner sword fighting at the arena, and there's like a lot of workshopping going on, like people kind of swapping techniques and stuff and doing business instead of actual competitions. And that's the next couple days as they gear up for a few other events.
Axton, enter the amateur sword fighting and beat the crap out of all of the noobs.
I'll totally
All of
do
them.
that too. I'd come in as a new. I'm like, I don't know how to wield this.
Just
Here's my
absolutely
wooden
destroy.
sword.
After seeing you at the smithing competition. Yeah.
Oh god. Just cleaving 12-year-olds with his lion's head axe.
Oh God.
My god weapon versus your wooden sword.
Yeah. That'll
Kneel
fly.
before me,
Yeah,
mortal.
We would not be invited.
Probably
back.
not.
No.
Pretending
Probably
to be
would not go
pretending
to
to be a level 1 with a legendary weapon. Yeah, that'll work.
It would probably be like Brackenshire all over again. Except we murdered 12-year-olds.
Instead of guards. You guys didn't actually kill anybody, I don't think, though.
Calm down,
No,
Anakin.
So in the meantime, Yuno is going to pull out 1 gold coin and use his ring of transmutation that he constantly forgets that he has to turn it into 1 platinum.
Ew. Cool. Guys, watch as he kind of takes this gold coin, and you guys are all sort of at the same time. You're sort of divvying up stuff, like Gear's passing out money, things like that. You know, Sazaros at this moment remembered that he bought diamonds, and you see Yuno just sort of flip he's got a ring on his finger that kind of glows a lightish blue for just a brief moment, flips a gold coin in the air, catches a platinum, and just sort of looks at all of you and tucks it in his pouch and makes a note in his financial records because he's a banker. All right. Yeah, I'll say that you guys farting around for the next couple hours around town, we'll count that as 8, 9 o'clock. It's getting late. The air is starting to get by the way, it's starting to get crisp and damp at night in about this time as the temperature drops. You guys are entering or are pretty much in the throes of autumn, or this part of this kind of temperate continent that you're in. And it does get kind of chilly at night. You guys are glad that you have since bought warmer clothing, especially this time of year. It starts to get pretty cold at the twilight hours of the night at night. So
Doesn't bother me.
Sazaros has a warm blood kind of thing going on, or cold-blooded thing.
Silver dragon heritage. I'm resistant to cold,
Yeah.
so
Not at all.
The cold never bothered you anyway?
Oh my God.
Undone chin.
Okay, I have to summon Meteor real quick. Hold on one. And through the alleyways,
You
Paranor
take
dies.
336 bludgeoning damage.
Yeah, roll character.
You take 336 bludgeoning damage and 413 fire
So,
damage.
Paranor,
Bag of holding opens up with another bag of holding in it, and now we're all in the astral plane.
Paranor, go ahead and give me a survival check.
All right.
This is actual in-game, promise.
Oh, okay.
Survival, please. And if I
Survival.
could get a perception check from Maven, please.
That's That's not super great.
No, not in the city. It's not. So, let me see here. Is her character sheet even on here? Because I don't know if she's got access to the dice.
It should be.
19, perfect.
19.
All right, so Maven bringing up the rear of this group, you do notice there is a presence on the streets. Kind of, you've sort of, I don't know, maybe you feel differently, but I always got the sense that Maven was sort of the security of the group, who is fine to strike up a conversation and relate to what's going on, but also perfectly content with kind of keeping an outer perimeter secure for the group to travel in. And you do notice a presence as you all travel the wee hours of the evening. There's footsteps. There's not exactly sure how many, not with a 19. Definitely more than one. Definitely maybe even more than two. But you don't have eyes on anything. It seems kind of far away. You got really, really good hearing. So you can hear these steps that don't sound like people kind of going about their business. These are sort of very deliberately trying to stay silent behind you. And it's been...
Okay. I'm going to like a non.
I'm just going to say it's been that way for the last probably 3 or 4 blocks of travel.
Okay. I'm going to just try to casually up to the group and mention that we're definitely being followed, and that I don't know how many people, but there's definitely more than one person there following us.
Do you think they take us for like easy marks, or like, are they trying to steal from us? Or...
I don't know. They've been following us for 3 or 4 blocks, and there's definitely more than one person definitely following us around.
Okay, I'll keep an eye.
Make a perception check. We'll say with advantage at this point because you're on alert now and you got Maven looking around too. 27. Good God. Yeah, there's definitely a group of 4 dudes. All seem pretty, I don't want to say bulky, but they're trying to stay quiet, and it's definitely not fooling you, Axton, and not fooling Maven at all either. Baranor's just right now he's trying to go the back alleyways to the dustbin, and he's noticing now at this point that there's a group of people that are all moving together and trying to stay silent and have been that way for a few blocks.
So are we in like an alleyway system where if we turn around real fast, like we can see these guys, or is our like they behind a corner, or where we kind of? So
you're all Baranor is he got a 14. He doesn't really know Dane that well. He's trying to take the back alleyways. He keeps getting stopped because this fence is too high to really walk around and stuff. Like let's go over this way. It's kind of getting turned around a little bit, and at this moment in this kind of struggle to get there the long way, that you notice this presence. And unfortunately, this part of town, the houses are sort of scatterbrained around the place. It's like a mishmash of little alleys and streets, and it's not really streets at all. It's really just spaces between the housing. And but the housing is rather short, and you being a pretty quick on your heels for a wizard, go ahead and give me a let's do an acrobatics check just for you to kind of like pop around and see if you can see anybody moving. 19. Yeah, you kind of pop your head, you kind of grab Axton's shoulder for a minute, post up real quick, and then duck down, and you immediately count 4 individuals about maybe 50 feet away, hopping from roof to roof. And they all just in a brief moment, you're real observant, brief moment you saw, they're all wearing like dark leathers with a cloak, cowl, face protection. They are keeping their distance for sure.
I'm going to summon a shadow spawn.
Okay. What would you like that form to be?
So it's going to take the fear form.
Okay.
And it is going to hide in dim light. And the second that someone gets close enough to it, it's going to attack them.
Okay. You don't see any of this, unfortunately, because you ducked back down. This is all happening at roof level, which is admittedly about maybe 10 feet off the ground. They're not really high roofs. There's no second stories here. They're all kind of like ranches and shacks and shantytown kind of structures. You summon your shadow spawn. You can feel its presence up on the roof. So how about at this point, Atgeir is also going to join in. You guys are all pretty much hip to this. And at this point, Baranor gets the feeling you guys are about maybe 200 feet away from where the dustbin is. So let's have a group perception check as you all at this point are stopping for a moment, getting your feeling for what's going on. Yuno just summoned a protection spell.
Jesus.
25. Sazaros, yeah, you're kind of bumping into things, and your new armor is kind of like a little louder than your leathers were. Yeah, everybody's kind of boofing it.
Oh my god.
13-6.
Too much alcohol. Celebrating.
Yeah.
Okay.
And sobered up good.
Hey. There's one good one.
Oh man. Yeah, character sheet. I'm just doing Atgeir real quick. Unless Noah, you wanted to do his.
Definitely.
Oh,
Yeah,
I'm gonna roll his
That's what you
perception
get.
right now. You can go ahead and bring up his sheet for later.
25.
Oh, good. So, Axon and Maven, you can also feel the presence of this shadowy, summoned, eerie-looking life-form creature that Yuno has adopted the last couple days. And you kind of feel it staying in place while you guys move away from it. And you definitely start to hear the footsteps of these characters either stop or slow and stay in one place while you move steadily away from it. What is the range on your shadow spawn, sir? Mr. Yuno.
Sorry, what I missed? I had to hop off for a call.
Everybody's on their phone today.
It was Tyler. I don't have to.
Did you say?
The range to summon his shadow spawn, I believe, is 90 feet.
So, okay, Ken, what you can do is you can have Yuno's shadow spawn either stay at that 90-foot range and follow you, or you can have it stay where it is and it'll disappear.
Oh, it's gonna be hidden in the shadows, but it's going to follow us. It's waiting for just one of these 4 mystery dudes to get close enough to us to attack.
Okay,
And because it can hide, it's going to get a surprise attack.
so I'm going to say that they didn't see it, and so go ahead and roll an attack. They didn't quite see it. They did hang back a little bit because they saw you kind of cast something, but they didn't hang back quite far enough. So go ahead and roll. Let's have an attack for these guys. It gets one attack on. There's 4 of them, so they also slow, right? 20 feet.
Well, no, not with this type. This type is able to hide.
Yeah, they run right into it.
So he does have multi-attack because I upcast it at 4th level. Because it's the only spell slot I had. So that is. Hold on, I gotta do math now.
Freaking math.
Oh, you don't use D20, you use D20.
Guys, while you're doing this, I got to break away for about 10 minutes.
We'll see you in a bit.
All right.
15. 6. Oh, no, wait. Oh, on ahead. Alright, hold on. Sorry, I'm reading the spell wrong.
I'll read it right.
I add I had my spell attack modifier. Okay. So that's 17 plus 5, that's 23 on one. And 18
well.
on the other. Okay. Now, can he grab like 2 separate guys, or is he just attacking?
What do you want to do?
I want to definitely damage.
Yeah, that hits 2. No worries. It kind of springs out from behind a.
Just wondering.
Springs out from behind like a chimney, and just snaps 2 of these guys around the waist and starts squeezing the crap out of him.
I was also going to mention, I believe you said this is kind of like a surprise. Would they get advantage on this attack?
Oh, definitely if they're hidden. I imagine that's what he was rolling, right? Were you rolling advantage?
No, that was just straight.
Twice again?
But yeah, advantage does nothing. So
Well, just in case advantage would be critical.
Yeah, well, no. We rolled good with the first ones. The second round didn't help. So one is going to take 14. One's going to take 18 points, and one's going to take 17 points of cold damage.
Yeah, this entity wraps its shadowy, smoky tentacles around these guys' waists and squeeze them, and you see these bursts of ice particles right where they're grabbing them, and then it shrinks away and just kind of stays right there, and they stop dead in their tracks and begin to retreat. Which way I would imagine this thing gets an opportunity to attack, so you can roll that if you wish.
Oh, I am definitely going to do that. You do not try to sneak up on the Crown Collectors. 17 and
Yeah,
19.
they both hit. Same guys or the other 2?
Nope, I'm hitting the same dudes.
I think you only get 1 attack though.
So 7.
Yeah.
Yeah, only 1 attack.
It's just a reaction melee, like whack.
Oh. Fine. Well, then I hit. So 14 points of cold
same
damage.
guy?
Yeah, whatever one's hurt the most. He's gonna have a real bad day.
He stumbles and falls, and you see him actually kind of crumple onto the roof. And the other 2, in their movement, they also, let's have at least 2 of them. One's a natural 20, the other's an 18 total. Yeah, they grab him around the arm and they start dragging him away, and you guys are moving away, they're moving away. And you just kind of see them disappear. At this point, they're about 70 feet away. They're in the darkness of the night, so they have ceased their advancement of you. And at this moment, Baranor...
I'm going to summon the shadow spawn closer.
Yeah, it just sort of bamps from one spot, and it's about 20 feet away from you. It's now joined you at street level. You guys can hear heavier foot traffic ahead. You see the glowing of light as it appears maybe a main thoroughfare is approaching. And Baranor leads you to a dimly lit but lit portion of Dane. And you see ahead of him there's what looks kind of like it's like a trash bin swinging from a large hook above a door, which Baranor would recognize chiefly as the dustbin.
Yes. Well, we'll head in.
All right. The foot traffic, you do kind of feel a little relieved being around the public again. Nobody got hurt, but it was definitely an experience to be followed so intently like that.
I told you it was a shortcut.
So the tavern is more or less livelier than last time Baranor met with the snow leopard spotted tabaxi, but as you approach, a back table. He is easy to spot under his deep purplish blue silk hood and mantle. Ah, friends, you've arrived, and he stands to his feet. Good of you to come. Please, allow me to congratulate you all on your victory in the arena. It was quite the spectacle. And he nods to Baranor. Baranor, thank you for your assistance in bringing them here. Please, if you would all follow me. And Jen flips the bartender a gold coin and grabs his tankard as he turns and ducks behind a red silk curtain at the back wall behind the bar.
We'll follow, I guess.
Well,
Everybody coming with?
Yep.
Oh yeah.
All right, am I dead yet?
yeah.
I wouldn't miss this for
Sazros,
the world.
we killed your character. He's unfortunately gone. May he rest in peace. Your soul drifted into a halfling rogue.
Cool. All right.
I tried but failed to save him.
So you all follow Jen and behind the bar of the dustbin to a curtained-off, cordoned back area. The storage pantry behind the tavern is replete with crates, barrels, bins of carrots, potatoes, dried meats hanging from the hooks in the ceiling, and a solitary table against the far wall. Shrouded in darkness, you hear a familiar voice emit from the corner that everybody but basically David would recognize. The victors have arrived. Thank you, Jen. You may leave us. Enjoy the card games. Jen gives a subtle bow and ducks back under the red curtain. Just then, a match is lit, illuminating the tanned face and blue cat-like eyes of the Marquis as he lights three candles. Candles on a table centerpiece. Behind him, you see several large, hulking bodyguards, arms crossed or cradling the pommels of their sheathed swords. Please, do join me at the table, friends. We have much to discuss. You can see the visage of the Marquis, offering you all a seat.
I knew it was the Marquis.
I take it that we all sit
There are
down.
6 chairs.
Yeah.
You see Atgeir just plunk right down, not in front of him, but off to the side, right in the front row, just right next to him. Kind of grabs, there's like a jug of mead on the table and just immediately pours it into a empty glass. Hey. Come on, lads. Let's give an audience.
All remain standing.
Okay.
There's only 6 chairs.
I will druid craft a little stool for Baranor.
I'll
He
remain
puts
standing.
his,
Thank you.
his knee up on it like Captain Morgan.
There you go. The Riker stance.
Oh, yeah.
There you go, the Riker
All right.
maneuver.
That's
Yes.
awesome. The Marquis taps his gold ring on the table, and a few moments later, a barmaid enters with a tray of tankards and a pitcher, placing one in front of each of you and filling them with dark brown beer. Thank you, Shelley. She leaves. Now, first of all, congratulations on your team battle victory. I was watching from the luxury box of the Lady Bellomin Valdelazian. Her husband is away on business, and she is one of my pen pals, shall we say. You did quite well from what I saw. You should feel proud. You've grown capable, making quite a name for yourselves in certain circles. However, I also know about a certain burden you carry upon you, and he makes a gesture to his neck. Something bestowed by the lovely High Inquisitor. Oui?
Unfortunately.
Well, I can't help but feel a wave of guilt in regards to that, as it was by my order that you broke into the Lady Valeri Valzef's estate in the first place. And because you did not rat me out to that jackbooted sociopath Tolstag, you prove that you can be trusted. However, I do not enjoy owing someone a debt, especially if that debt could get them killed. So, I would like to enter into an agreement to help wipe both our debts clean. The breakers, ruthless band of murderers, they give us honorable thieves a bad name. And he spits on the floor. They need to be taken down, both for your survival and for the market share. No one wants to work with guilds anymore as long as thugs like the breakers are in business. Even the Sapphire, who employs the breakers, do not approve of some of their methods. So, that being said, the breakers are actually here in Dane. I'm sure one or two of you may have run into one or two of them in recent days. In general, they are here to take advantage of the Ellington Classic, as are we, of course. But specifically, they mean to not only rob the Duke, which they have already done, but they have taken a contract out on several members of high societies that have come for the festivities. This cannot stand, as many of these nobles are of significance to me and to the syndicate. Therefore, I offer you a reward of extremely valuable information. The breakers are here, all of them. Thanks to my own network of spies, we now know where they are hiding. I will offer you the location of the quarry you seek, in exchange for a favor.
Very well.
And that would be?
I have recently acquired land to the north of Dane, a parcel of property once belonging to a prominent house of the Empire. They, and he kind of pulls out a slip of parchment, the Maltressuls. Once a powerful clan, but some say they were cursed. Some say they fell under a mysterious illness, and one by one the clan blinked into extinction. That was decades ago, and the keep has fallen into disrepair. But through a few business deals, the land has fallen into my hands, and I see nothing but potential for the property. It is on a beautiful piece of land deep in the woods. Its problem is that the few locals in the surrounding villages, they claim the castle is, well, haunted, and the property is therefore worthless. Now, I'm not one to run from a ghost story, but I have sent several of my associates to investigate the keep, and none have returned. Which brings me to our agreement. I want that castle cleared and purged of whatever curse lays upon its foundations. Now, I understand the irony of asking you to infiltrate another prominent imperial home, seeing as that's how we got into this current situation we're in. However, this house is assuredly empty, or at least it is supposed to be. We'll find no guards patrolling the streets, no rival gang members pilfering its coffers, as it has long since been picked clean. But you are more than welcome to look, just as long as the property is safe for me to move my people in and begin repairs. Do this for me. I will deliver the location of the breakers' hideout right here in Dane. Then, both our debts will be paid. Say you crown collectors.
We have a deal.
Now, the issue of timing. Now, we have several other engagements in the Ellington Classic that we're committed to.
Not for a few days.
Yeah, we could spend a couple days investigating this, this fort, and then get back to our activities.
The jousting was what, in 4 days?
No, jousting's
I
in
think
2.
so.
2 days starting tomorrow.
2 days. Okay.
I mean,
That should
so
be-
we'd have to give up on the jousting, but the trade-off is we get significantly closer to, I don't know, our brains not exploding.
How far is
Yeah,
this?
that's-
Know
how
about
far is this
you.
I
land?
will say,
I find that.
I will
an
say this,
acceptable
just to
trade-off.
remind everybody that you guys are still inside the month-long requirement, in which if you were to bring the heads of the breakers to Tollstag at the capital, you are still to be paid 3,500 gold. So you're still inside that month by about a week and a half.
Yeah, but when it comes to our heads exploding, we're not prone to procrastinating.
How far is this
The
land?
land, it's on the borders of Dane. It may take you a day to get there at the very least, depending on how the journey goes.
No, that's not too bad. We could do that and hopefully be back for the joust,
Hopefully.
or get rid of the breakers instead.
Even if we miss the joust, the
Yeah.
trade-off is we can still hopefully resolve the breakers within the week and collect 3,500 gold. So I don't remember off the top of my head what the prize was for the joust, but I think financially, from the business end of the crown collectors, it makes more sense for us to try to get a larger chunk that's guaranteed, because
I get you. No,
we may not win the joust. Exon, not that I'm doubting you, but
yeah. So I get. So you said we're in the month by a week and a half. Does that mean we have a week and a half left, or we are a week and a half into the month where we have what?
Oh no, no,
3
you
weeks
guys. It took you a week to get out to where the boulet was. It took you not very long to get back.
Yeah, okay.
You lost a couple days there, so about a week and a half there. And then between the archery, the blacksmithing, the team battle, and all that debacle, you guys are still you're in like the beginning of your third week. So you've got about a week and a half before that deadline ends. Now that just means you won't get paid for killing the breakers if you bust out of that month.
Yeah. Well, how far is the capital?
Well,
Would we
I mean,
know
the
that?
capital is about like a week and a half's journey, but you all would know there are magical means by which you could travel there instantaneously, and if you're on Imperial business, probably for free. I know probably imagines that.
I'm not sure. I wouldn't know that. I'm thinking from a ranger standpoint of,
You've definitely heard of
travel by.
magical teleportation, and you imagine that on Imperial business, which you're not ignorant to the Empire, even though you're a ranger. You know that they get around
Sure.
if they need to be, and they can get around quite quickly.
Okay. So we have time. We have time. But yes, definitely need to expedite this. So first thing tomorrow, we should head to this land then, and take care of this for you, sir.
Okay.
He kind of claps his hands right next to his head. Splendid. Please do not let me keep you. I know it is growing late. You may wish to some rest and start in the morning. Please, and he flips Sazaros a blue stone, and that is a direct line to me. Just do me a favor and preface it with who you are, and let me know when the job is done, and hopefully see you back here within a few days.
Very well.
Actually, before we settle things here, actually, I wanted to also let you know that we may have been followed here by several individuals. Just letting you know that we kind of frightened them off, but we don't
You see
exactly
the
know who
Marquis.
they are.
He just kind of gives like a half a laugh to himself. He just kind of whispers into the ear of one of his bodyguards, who kind of you see him sort of toddle off into another room, and you hear him muttering, and then he returns a few seconds later, and he's kind of giggling to himself and whispers in the Marquis' ear, and So were my men. Which of you has the hair trigger with the shadow spawn spell, eh?
That would be me.
Bravo!
Well, you know, present events have.
You understand
And
we
then he
can't be
kind
too
of gives
careful.
Baranor you kind of a side glance. He goes, Baranor, I don't believe you and I have been properly introduced. I do know you work for
It's been a while.
mostly, but have to know that wherever I travel, especially in a foreign city, I must keep a perimeter. You are simply being watched, is all.
Of course. I completely understand.
Well, I can make this up to you, Marquis, and then I'm going to give him the name of
Mimas
Mimas Holland, who was the guy I bought. He's the real shady dude I bought the Ruby of the War Mage off, and told him I would set him up with a little bit of a black market trade.
Good of you to do that. And he kind of, you see him, you hand him kind of a scribbled name on a piece of parchment, and he flips it over to one of his men and he tucks it into a side pouch. We'll give it some thought. Thank you. It's not what you know, it's who you know. Am I right? Well,
Absolutely.
bienvenue. Have a good night, and
Well, before you go, you're a man of infinite knowledge. Knowledge is your business, I know. Were you aware of the attempt on our lives during the competition?
admittedly, no. There are some things that are so clandestine, they happen behind closed doors within closed doors. But, I do know that they were motivated, and obviously did not count on your competition within the team battle to assist you.
Yes. Who has the mysterious note we found?
I think
I do.
you.
Okay.
One of the two of us.
Sure.
So I
Kind of takes it in his hand, and it's kind of sweaty or slimy or something. It's a piece of burlap that's got a bat wing inside of it, maybe a couple other like sprinkled dried ingredients to whatever this poison trap spell was. There's also kind of a green, this kind of residue staining the bottom of it, and it says C/OS. And he just kind of gives it a look, and he kind of holds it, he turns it around, maybe looks at it upside down. And that doesn't really do anything for him. And he just kind of shakes his head, and he looks at his men, and his men kind of look at each other and look down. And one of them kind of looks at the Batwing, and he's like, "Do you think they needed that for the spell, or is that the message?" And the other one's like, "No, they wrote the message with chalk. Can't you see it? Are you blind?" And they just kind of go back and forth a little bit. And the Marquis kind of holds up his hand. He's like, "I admit it is lost on me and my men of, I guess, it looks to me like a poison trap."
My guess is it's compliments of S, whoever S is.
We're assuming that to be Shekus.
Shekus, who is that?
Yeah, but she has no reason to even know who we are. We haven't.
Well, that's
with her yet.
the thing. We know compliments of S. We don't know if it's Shekus,
We're
Sapphire.
assuming. Yeah.
It could be any number of S's. Just something for a puzzle for you. If
Yeah.
Well, the fact that there's a black wing in there could mean it is.
I know, that's the thing.
We
That's
do
the
know
thing,
that
like-
the Black Wing is a cult that we encountered very briefly, just the fringes of out in Rathburn, who are attendants and who worship.
Yes, they
Shekus.
do. I do have heard of the Black Wings. They sometimes push their way east towards Brackenshire and infiltrate the city, and sometimes my men clash with these Black Wing. So I know them well.
Just something to be on your radar if you.
Well, I will ask
anything.
around. Be sure of that. When you return, perhaps I have some information on that front.
We appreciate
Thank
that. Thank you.
Of course. And you do see him kind of get up and kind of straighten his clothes, and his men sort of they don't surround him from you, but they kind of get him ready for travel. Baranor and the rest of you kind of know that the Marquis does not like public life. He does not like being seen by people. You see him immediately flip up this black hood, and he kind of makes his way out, and now you're all just sort of in the back storage room of the dustbin.
All right.
Well, I guess we
Maven?
should make our way. Oh, sorry.
Yeah. Well, let's get a good rest in, because I don't know about
Yeah.
you, but I'm out of spell slots. I'm pretty well wasted.
Same.
Yeah,
Oh,
me
Look
too.
at-
what are those?
A good night's sleep.
I'm pretty better.
Party hard.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you think, Maven? Do you think somebody like the deacon or some other holy person from the Temple of Palor could accompany us? Because if we are going to be dealing with ghost stories, and if any of those ghost stories turn out to be true, it'd be nice to have someone who is much better equipped to handle those sorts of things than wielder of sword.
Like, what type of things do you mean?
I have no problem asking, so
Okay.
we can always go and check tomorrow after a good night's
Sure.
sleep. Yeah, no, I don't mind asking around to see if anybody could help us out a little.
Good
Okay.
idea.
All right.
Again,
Head back
just
to the hard
if we
back
are
to the hard road.
could potentially be dealing with undead or something like that, it'd be nice to have some sort of a cleric type presence.
Absolutely.
I then pipe up. It's like, I'm not sure if you guys know this, but I'm a cleric,
I'm a cleric now. You must address me as cleric.
Yeah.
Hello,
I-
cleric man.
I kind of had, like, after seeing the Hammer and
Oh yes.
were gifted that weapon, I think I'm gonna start following in his footsteps.
So you've taken on orders?
Not yet. I have started my path, and I will
I
forge
put
my way
hand-
through.
I put my hand on Exon soldiers.
Ah, fortune with
The
you.
dum ching.
I'll put my hand on Exton's shoulders and say, well, I am happy that you have had a religious encounter that is meaningful to your life. And I wish you the best of luck in your journey.
Thank you.
Well,
Let's get back home. Take a rest.
Yeah.
Now go fight
take a
ghosts
friggin' nap.
with your bare hands. Go fight the ghosts.
yeah, I would
Let's take a
say
friggin' nap
at this
already.
point,
I ain't scared of no ghost.
I ain't afraid of no good.
yeah, you guys have 2 clerics in your party, technically. And you've also got a monk who has a devastating radiant attack as well.
No.
But
Okay.
it's not anything for me to interfere with. So yeah, you make your way back to the Hargroves. It's about 10 o'clock at night. The air is very cold and crisp at this point. Atgeir seems a little worse for the wear, tired. Maven's very tired. You guys are pretty beat. You make your way into the property. You're let in without any issue. They recognize you all by now, of course. Everybody's kind of head down for the night. The house is quiet. And you can all go ahead and, if you guys want to do anything before you go to sleep.
I'd like to check to see if my parcel is there with my
So,
earnings from the
at
bet.
this point, Dalkin, the major domo, the head butler, he has gone to bed for the night. There is a burlap sack wrapped kind of package with what looks like a hefty lock on the kind of keeping the. It's not really a burlap sack. It's more like it's a parcel, and it's kind of wrapped in a way that they can lock it shut. and it doesn't have any markings on it, but the housemaid, who's kind of up at night, does tell you that that is for you. Dalkin has the key, and he'll be able to give it to you in the morning. Yep.
Great, thank you.
Yeah, that's cool. The breakfast table of the Hargroves is now replete with a large, I think it's a platinum trophy. And the night goes on without any issue. You guys are all kind of just kind of head hit the pillow and out like a light. And you can all go ahead and apply a long rest.
All right.
Yeah.
Woohoo! Is there a button for long rest? And wow, suddenly I know what these spell slots are you guys were talking about. I just earned them for the first time.
Yay!
Yay!
Yay.
There was much
There was much
rejoicing.
rejoicing.
You have
There
now
we go.
one more thing to keep track of.
You didn't have those spell slots during the fight?
No, because we didn't have a long rest before we leveled up.
Wait. Oh, okay. Interesting.
Well, it is getting dumb with me. I don't know why it keeps playing this tavern music. So,
As long as you're not making dragon noises, that's fine.
Yeah.
welcome back.
Okay, I'm
It is
back.
morning.
We get our long
Morning it
rest.
is.
I shall.
All right.
I assume we got the location
Yes,
of where this
you
land
found
was.
out it's
but-
about a day's travel north. He
Okay.
kind of gave you a very roughly drawn map of. There's a stream that kind of borders Dane that you can follow north, and it's up on a hill, and the hill is all completely covered in forest. The property itself is kind of on a flat piece of rock, built in with like a large plateau almost, where there's room for a lawn and maybe some grown like garden stuff like that on the property, and it's a decent sized keep. It's not a massive castle.
Oh, I didn't get a chance to say anything because I got to hear about a phone call, but I'm going to use the evening before bed to re-oil my armor after I've just gotten the hell beat
Perfect.
out of me over the past couple of days.
So, let's see here. I have in my notes how much damage you've taken, but have you keep track of that as well?
Yeah, I got to be somewhere. I lost track with all the different fighting and such, but I got to be somewhere in like the 80s or something
Well,
like
you
that.
do
as far
have
as
a
damage
100 to play with, so if you're in the 80s, you still have quite a bit, but you can re-oil it if you wish.
How many applications
it
do
came
I
with
have
two,
before I have to go find
And
more?
it's not a
Two applications.
super rare. It's not an expensive oil, but it is kind of rare. It's not a super easy thing to find. And you've got 2 more applications, and it soaks 100 points of hit points before the effect is worn off. So I would just say you have time and you have the oil
Okay.
on you.
Okay, well then I'll just leave it as, and I'm just going to say I've taken 80 points of damage.
Sounds good.
Unless
it's
you have
not
a more
quite
exact
80.
number.
I got 73. That's what I've
Not
got.
quite 80. Okay. I'll take it. 73 it is. All right.
All right.
Okay,
The morning is yours. Axton, you are given the key by Dalkin, who he produces a small brass key that was given to him by the delivery agent, who was not Alex, but it was dropped off on his behalf. It is 1,200 gold minus 100 because he took a little bit of a delivery fee as he left. Yeah.
That's what I asked. Or that's what I told him.
1,100 gold.
So it should be 1,100 there.
You guys did not. Yeah, you guys didn't have
You guys got
amazing
a career as a
odds
bookie now.
because you did so well in the first round that it was really just a 1-for-1 or ratio 1 to 2 on betting against you. So.
Should've tanked a little.
Might have won more money.
beginning.
Fixing bets. Love to hear about it.
Yeah.
I'm going to cast alarm as a ritual.
Your ward
to
is up.
My arcane ward.
I'm going to perform the blessing of the forge
All right,
to
you
make my
have a
armor
what is it? A
ancient.
+1. +1 to your AC.
I am going to use. Let me just see if it's a channel divinity before I use it. I'm going to see. Basically, I'm going to give someone advantage on their next initiative roll.
It is not a channel divinity. You just get that ability.
All right, then I'm going to give advantage on initiative.
All right. Going first for sure.
And that literally lasts just as a FYI.
Yeah, that lasts
until he uses it again. Not like it doesn't. There's no
Doesn't
timeout.
reset at the end of the day or anything like that.
Right.
Nope.
No, it lasts until he uses it or until I
You
use
guys
it
could
again.
be on the road for 50 days.
All right.
However,
He'll still get advantage.
you're looking at the cart,
It's awesome.
and there are enough horses for everybody to have one at this point. But you're looking at the cart, and you're looking at the map, and you're getting a feeling like, maybe not the cart. It's just an aside, something that you're noticing as you guys are becoming proficient with this vehicle, because you've been using a cart for a while. So any rations or supplies you're going to have to carry on your backs or on your saddlebags.
All
That's a
right.
good. That's a good idea. We should just stop by like the market or general store and get some rations before we go.
Well, I have a few days rations on me.
Or we can, get some.
I'm going to say if somebody wants to fork it over, it's going to be a gold per person for rations for a week. Now those are just, that's the price.
Well, we're only going
Just
one
say
day,
if you want,
aren't we?
if you want 5 rations, it's a gold per person, or 2 silver per ration. It's up to you.
Okay, I'll fork it over. 1 for me.
I'll give a gold for 5 rations.
I will give a gold.
Now I have 11 rations.
Well, Koza, you can just make Goodberry, right?
Yeah, but that costs a spell slot.
That's only so good. I mean, it fits the nutritional things, but
Yeah, you're not going to go hungry.
yeah.
Yep.
Also,
we're deciding
so-
not to use the cart.
Right,
No,
not to go
we're
around.
just
It's
going-
like the terrain's
we're just
not
going-
hospitable for it.
we'll just go on horse.
Okay. There's no other faster means of travel.
You gather not, as this is sort of a not very often traveled part of the country. This is a keep that is at the foothills of the Grasping Ridge, and there is not really any marked villages or cities or anything around it. It's kind of out in the middle of nowhere.
Speaking of keep, I kind of miss my keep. I kind of want to go back there one day.
Once we get a teleportation circle.
Still have to hire people to clean this place up too. Hold on. Anyway,
Yeah. I mean, you guys make your way out of town. Dane kind of falls away into the distance. Dane itself is kind of up on a hill a little bit. It's not a super flat kind of Kentucky cornfield country kind of area that Dane is in. It's nestled kind of in a glen, so to speak, kind of like a series of low and high spots along the land. But it does disappear into your periphery, and you kind of continue traveling kind of uphill, and it is sort of through the wooded parts of Valandiir. You get the sense that the Grasping Ridge is kind of a surrounded by a forest pretty much everywhere that it is. Going uphill, the trees are getting closer together. I need somebody to go ahead and roll a d20. For me.
D20 for what?
Not for what, for who? 17, all right.
There you go, 17.
17 red dragons fly out of the sky.
One Taraski.
Taraski, that's a funny way to pronounce it. Taraski. Axton, who's got a real high passive wisdom? Axton does. Koza does too, I think.
Passive wisdom?
The passive perception.
Okay, so Axton, Baranor, Koza, probably Maven. You guys look up in the trees and you see a number of hanging corpses.
Oh boy.
Lovely.
How many numbers?
Passive wisdom, you see that there are 6. And a number of...
6.
A number of...
That's a 19 passive.
No.
Yeah, that's
a 19 passive wisdom.
There's also a number of frayed ropes on either side of this group. And mind you, it's not really a group. They're kind of spread out amongst like 3 or 4 trees. And whoever doesn't matter, whoever has the map the Marquis gave you will see a very crudely drawn hangman in a portion of the woods that you guys are traveling.
Going the right way, I guess.
Yeah.
All right. Make an investigation check there, Sazros. And do you have dark vision? Okay, so it's pretty dim up there.
I do not.
Yeah, it's pretty dim.
I do.
They look varying ages. One of them is pretty mummified and skeletal. One of them looks like it's been there maybe a few months. Nothing looks really fresh, and there is kind of a faint smell of rot and decay on the air, but it smells kind of aged and like a fine whiskey. No, not too nice.
Not
Doesn't
pleasant.
smell great. But they are pretty high up. They're maybe 50 feet in the air.
Okay.
Yeah, they're pretty. Yeah, 5-0. They're pretty high up there.
5-0. Ooh. But he really wanted them hung till they were dead.
Yeah.
All right.
So, I'm gonna say it's been pretty much all day. Can I get a survival check from Baranor and Koza? Koza, give me a nature check. It's not great on survival. Axton, Maven, and Yuno and Koza. Yuno and Zazros. Why don't you guys all give me perception if you don't mind?
That is a 23 for nature.
Oh boy. Oh boy.
11 perception.
Okay.
Jack squat for perception.
I rolled an X.
Okay,
I'm 16 on perception.
So Yuno and Sazaros, or excuse me, not Sazaros, Yuno and Axton are able to kind of keep an eye on the sky through the trees. Little flecks of light. You're starting to notice that it's getting darker, and you're also kind of able to sort of keep an eye on where north is and which direction to just kind of keep going. The map is sort of vague at this point, and it doesn't really give you a lot of direction. Just due north. That's really all it says. Okay, perfect. Yeah, you're able to tell which way is north, but it doesn't really tell you, north where. Like what's next? It's just like a big X on the map. And but however, there is a stream, like a small river that curls around this keep, and on the map. And Koza, I'm gonna say with a, what did you get? Pretty high, right? Oh yeah, you can hear
23.
a stream in the distance, and very, very, very faint, and you also kind of feel that moisture in the air. The leaves on the shrubs that are at your feet, you can tell that they're very well nourished with some sort of local water source. And you kind of actually just sort of stride forward and lead the way, and you're like, I think it's this way. And that.
Oh, good. At least somebody knows where they're going. I sure as hell don't.
Yeah, and as the sun begins to continuously dip and dip, you guys all sort of feel this moisture, and you are met with a downward flowing stream. It's about 10 feet across, perhaps 2 to 3 feet deep at its deepest. And it's just sort of creating these cascading waterfalls, not very tall, like just from one rock to the next. At pretty much at this point, it's not becoming impossible, but it is becoming difficult for your horses to navigate the terrain, as there is no real road. But you are getting the sense that some of this forest had been cleared, because the shrubs are pretty much the tallest thing, and you do see some kind of like remnants of roots that have been cut and trunks that have been shorn. There's a lot of clearing. There's not a lot of grass. It's very rocky. It's all going uphill. And you finally see something in the distance, kind of shining through the remnants of the evening's setting sun as it starts to move into the blues and purples of evening. What you see in the distance through the woods, through the forest, as the trees become a little more sparse, is you see a castle. Not a huge castle, but a castle nonetheless. In the distance, nestled between a ring of trees, it's a keep in the forest, and you do kind of see on the map where the stream is and where you are on the map now and how far away the stream was that you passed not too long ago, so...
The math adds up.
Was there like a name
indeed,
on the keep or anything like that?
Maltressul's.
Indeed.
Maltressul Estate.
Well, if you want to be sure, I can always cast Guiding Hand as a ritual, and it will point us in that direction.
I guess we could do that if it's a ritual, so it doesn't cost you a slot. So.
Exactly. So yeah, I'll just take 10 minutes to cast it and to make sure that the hand points us.
Now, is that like find the path where it forms a straight line, or is it like an arrow that hovers in the air that only you can see? Let's see here. Okay. Yeah, I mean it points right at it. That's cute. What does your hand look like?
Perfect.
Okay.
Just a hand with a middle finger stick.
Sure. It flips off the castle in front of you. So, I will have everybody move over here, as this is what you guys pretty much see.
Ooh.
No, you
Fog
can't
of
see
war.
inside the structure. But what you do see is a multi-towered keep. It's seen better days. The stone is kind of pretty much intact, but the roof on, we'll just say this tower, is collapsed. This roof is only 1 story tall. This one looks like it's 2 stories tall, but it's also kind of fallen apart to a degree. This is the side that's facing you, but you can tell if you go around this way, there is kind of a path to what's considered the actual entrance or the gate.
What needs to raise that roof?
Raise the roof.
Raise the roof.
Okay, so where do we want our characters to
Now
go
you can
to?
place yourself wherever you're at.
Should we scout the perimeter first? Should we scout the perimeter first?
Okay.
Yeah,
Would like
let's
to helm
definitely
that.
scout the perimeter first.
Okay.
I'll be good. I'll do some
You're
of that.
definitely going to be helped by other people, so go ahead and roll perception check with advantage.
There we go.
Nice. It seems.
I can't even see what I rolled.
At this point, the
20.
light is starting to fail you. Don't see much in the surrounding forest. Luna does a quick perimeter around the property, probably a square quarter mile. Doesn't come up with much.
Okay, seems clear.
Okay. Knock, knock. Avon.
So, where is
Telegram.
everybody?
UNICEF.
Well, that's kind of a side
door.
entrance. That's just the side. That's the part of the building that's facing you. But you see very clearly that there is a wooden
So that's
door
where we
that
are,
is
I guess.
jammed in place. It's kind of cockeyed a little bit, and you can see like part of it is broken, and there's some scrap wood kind of jammed in the cracks and stuff. It's just kind of falling apart. The place is all, for the most part, every entrance looks either broken into or refortified, and then re-broken into again.
Okay.
All right. Somebody
force
want
our
to
way
give me
through
a
this door, I
strength
suppose.
check? Who's doing that?
I will.
Do we want to do this? I have a way that we could do this quietly in case there is anybody in there, as to not alert the whole keep that we're here.
Well, yeah, I guess if you want to do it quietly, I was just going to use my crowbar.
What I can do is I can cast silence on
Ooh.
my piece. And that way you can beat the ever living mess out of it and nobody will hear it. Does that sound like a plan?
Right, go for it, Zazie.
Alright, I think I can do silence as a ritual. Let me double check to be sure.
I can attest to that.
Yes, ritual cast silence on a
I said I can
coin.
attest to that.
Huh?
That's a fun spell, in case you hadn't noticed.
Oh yeah. So I'll have it on a coin, and I'll just have it right there. I think it's pretty decent range.
30
on
feet.
Silence.
20-foot square, I think.
Yeah. so I'll just stand within 15
Alright.
feet or so. And
Let's say.
let you do your thing.
You said you cast it on a coin, is that right? Or
Correct.
each would radius centered on a
Yeah,
point you choose within range.
Yeah, I don't think it's on a object like light.
Oh, okay, just on a point. Well, then I just cast it on the door.
If it could be cast on the coin, you could put it into a bag of holding and toss it out whenever you want it.
Alright. So we'll say this is all silent right here. You guys all see that? Alright. Whoever's going for the door, we're now under the protection of silence, so go ahead and give me a strength check or an athletics check, your choice, if you want to really put your shoulder into it. And if someone's helping you, and if no one else volunteers, I'm going to say Atgeir is going to go ahead and drive his shoulder into this door, so go ahead and roll it at advantage.
Thanks.
16.
Yeah, just 16.
Door budges about an inch.
I'll
Alright, this time Atgeir's
sign
going to
to
roll.
Atgeir. Let's try it
He's going to
again.
roll individually. So go ahead and roll and just do it a straight roll. That's a natural 19. The 22 combined, you drive your shoulder
There
in
you
once,
go.
twice, 3 times. You see the door kind of pushing, but you don't hear anything. You just feel the impact. It's a little kind of jarring. Your inner ears having trouble making sense of it. But you drive your shoulder into it, finally kind of letting loose and not letting anything hold back. And the door kind of shatters inward, and you both kind of fall to one knee and catch yourself quite quickly, and you're in. So let me say that at this moment, you can see. Oops. Nope.
Everybody else, I can only see like 5 of us.
Alright, who are we missing? Yeah, there's Koza, although I think there's 4 or 5 of you in one spot. There's Sazaros. And we're missing Koza.
Oh, okay.
There's Yuno. Alright,
There's
dudes.
Koza. Okay. I think that's everybody.
Maiden? Is Maiden there?
Yep, she's here.
Okay, cool.
She's kind of in the
Alright,
grass, so it kind of
Axton
blends
and
in.
Atgeir, both of you see a small room, maybe 15 feet in diameter, and there's another door inside. It's closed, but it doesn't look locked or latched or anything. In fact, it looks broken, and it looks like it's kind of swinging freely.
Atgeir, you go ahead and open that door.
Mr.
I'll
Baranor,
be
I
right
understand
behind
you purchased some thieves' tools. You mind giving me a hand here? Hey.
Sure.
And he is going to...
Alright.
Alright. Yeah, he's going to make a sleight of hand check at advantage. There we go. Yeah. Yeah,
Oh, nice.
he pushes it open
Good
with
thing
his
for
hand.
advantage.
He's like, right, it wasn't locked at all. My mistake. Thank you for your assistance. And he kind of very ashamedly puts his thieves' tools away.
No worries. He only has a +5. All right.
Okay. So you guys kind of see quite a bit right now. I'm just going to reveal this in chunks because that's how this works. See all of this. All this.
You drop the silence spell?
Oh yeah, I can drop it at any time. You can just give me a motion, and I'll just drop concentration. It's gone.
Okay. I mean, it's affecting an area that
I
don't know if we want to have it still.
Yeah,
no,
you
at
guys
this
all
point, we'd
notice
like to
that
do
your
something
footsteps
from
are
now.
crunching
Yeah.
under loose kind of gravel that's been scattered about the map, or scattered about the ground. There's loose rocks. There are just an assortment of debris. There's wood scraps kind of pushed into corners. There's very, very dim light in here. Most of you are having trouble seeing. You're able to see the Mavens can see quite well, but you guys are all pretty much indoors at this point, so let's have everybody move their happy asses inside.
I think Pass Without Trace will help us in this instance.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll cast that. Yeah, Pass Without Trace is cast. Before we entered the main keep.
Okay, so stealth was plus 10.
Plus 10, yeah.
18.
Are we doing stealth check?
Yeah, I mean, you guys are all
that's
pretty
the only
well
reason to
quiet.
do
You guys can
passive vote
feel the
trace.
I'm just
crunch
saying,
of the gravel under your feet, but you don't really hear much anymore, as you guys can kind of feel an arcane kind of protection around you, as Baranor kind of waves his hands around, interacting with the kind of fiber of the nature around him to muffle some sound around you. What you see are... It's okay. You see a number of interesting items. I mean,
Go ahead.
there's a couple of hearths over here. There's debris everywhere. You see like wood chunks on the ground shoved into the corners. There is this immense pile of rubble in this portion of the map, and you guys you see Adkir kind of start to climb it. There's a couple of toppled pillars right here while these two are standing, and you notice there's a big hole in the ceiling right here where you can see clear into the night sky above, as the roof above it has also collapsed. So you can kind of see a little bit into the floor above you. Let's see here. You see a couple of double doors right here that do look shut, and there's a space over here that's starting to become more and more in view, and I'll just say that some of you are wandering around and reveal this stuff here. Looks like perhaps maybe a dining hall. There's a hearth in the corner. Large broken table, more scraps of wood shoved everywhere. I'm gonna have Adkir roll investigation, but why don't I have Yuno and Axton go ahead and roll investigation as well. He got a natural 3. That's not great.
3.
That's going to be
Okay.
a 25.
But you, as you're kind of looking around and getting the feeling for it, by the way, just for record, it is pitch black over here, except for a few thin ribbons of light coming from the windows of the main gate. Just kind of letting in a little bit of ribbons of light here, but this place is pretty much pitch black. So if anybody's going to be over there, you're going to have to figure it out. Yeah.
Light some torches.
Yuno's going to pick up a handful of like loose gravel, and he's going to cast light on them
Okay.
and
Is that a
chuck
cantrip?
them in different directions.
Okay. So that's pretty much enough to
Yes.
light up the entire room. You're in, correct? Where are you exactly? Because right now I've got you over by this tower that's got a closed door. Are you able to move your guy?
Yep.
Okay.
That's
So where are you placing all of this
I
light?
can
You
move
can
wherever I
literally
want.
light up the entire keep.
So I'm gonna throw one Well, I'm gonna
Okay.
keep one rock in my hand because I'm gonna pick up 5 rocks. I'm gonna throw 1 over here. I'm gonna throw 2 over here as far as I can.
It's 20
and then
feet,
1
I
over
believe,
here.
around it. Yeah, it's
20 foot of
no worries.
bright light, and
Pretty
then an
much the whole
additional
place is,
20 of
is
dim
lit up.
light.
Every time you cast light, it turns off another light.
Is that how that works?
Doesn't say that.
The
Oh,
very
yeah.
last line.
Yeah, okay, give me a second to read it.
Light.
If the spell ends, you cast it again or dismiss it as an action.
That sounds like something should be changed a bit.
Alright, so then I'm just gonna throw
in
one
the dining
far
area
corner.
or over by you? Okay. Yeah, this area is this is the darkest, so now it's pretty much the brightest. You guys all see this this rock toss all the way across the keep, and it kind of skitters off the walls and lands on the ground. You see a bunch of shadows being thrown all over the place as it lands, and yeah, that part of the keep is pretty much lit up. And ribbons of light kind of scatter around here to light it up as dim light. But this part is pretty much bright, as there's a column of light coming down from the roof. It would be moonlight, so it would be dim, but it's pretty easy to see. And so there's a closed door here. There's a closed door here.
Okay.
There's also a closed
Where do we
door
want to investigate
here,
first, guys?
and here, there.
Let's go around to where the light is then.
To the light?
Yeah, let's go over there.
Let's go toward the light.
The sound of silence. Okay. Alright, so, Baranor, and let's say, I want Luna to give me a survival check.
Survival for Luna? Hello?
Hello.
That is what he said, yes.
Hello.
Yes, I
Okay,
do.
just making sure you can hear me. You want a survival for Luna? Okay. And myself as well? Oh, I don't know why.
It's
she
okay, I'll
rolled
take it.
with
It's the
name.
first one. Nope. What you feel
And then
in
myself
your,
as
now
well?
you're kind of, she's at your,
Okay.
she is at your, side pretty close. You can
Yeah.
feel the hackles on her neck up. She becomes extraordinarily nervous and protective, and you can hear and feel a very low growl kind of emanating from her. She's trying to keep it quiet, so it's really only something that you can hear. But the closer she gets to this room, the more she feels uncomfortable.
Guys, I'm getting Luna's here's getting a creepy vibe from this room. We should be ready for anything that comes out or is in here.
Can I ask Luna what it is about this area that makes her uncomfortable?
I will try and telepathically communicate that with her. See if I can get any like emotional or imagery.
Well, I
from her.
can talk to animals
Okay, never mind.
Yeah. Does Luna tell me anything meaningful or?
Arf, arf, yippee, yippee, arf.
Okay.
Squeak, squeaker, squeak, squeak.
As far as you can see from where you're at, it just looks like an empty dining room tower. It's about, 30, 35, maybe 40 feet across. It's pretty big. It's got an empty, dry, cold hearth at one corner. I mean, that's pretty much all that you can see from there. You can't really see right here.
Well, I'm not trying to see. She was trying to ask
I'm
Luna
trying
what...
to see what about this area makes Luna so uncomfortable.
How do you want to,
Like directly speaking to the dog, like to the wolf, to the cell,
she
right?
just kind of looks up at you, and you can feel her kind of look in the room like, I don't know, I just don't want to go in there. I will if I have to, but I don't want to.
Okay.
Now, granted, speak with animals, yes, you can speak with animals, but it's not like you can carry like an English Oxford conversation with a wolf. It's very, very kind of like you.
Yeah, let me read that real quick.
Them. So, like, why don't you like it in there? And she's like, I don't know, I don't want to go in there. That's pretty much as deep as she gets. So, what's next?
I'm gonna come around here, get a better vantage point, and see if I can look inside.
This door
area
right here is mostly collapsed and broken, and looks like it possibly held glass. Like there's some broken glass here, like little tiny fragments, just enough where you can see it with that glowing stone's light kind of glittering the floor. And you can see in here is what looks like sort of a driveway to like a mansion. It's this right here is a large wrought iron gate that is currently shut, and it's there in here. It's kind of like nice cobblestone. It looks like perhaps a receiving area for carriages to like offload the occupants and then drive out to the stable. This is the side door. This is actually the main entrance, I guess you could say, to the castle itself, and it's overgrown with weeds and grass and stuff.
Mm-hmm. Do I get a better
No, this
vantage
is a
point
solid
into
wall.
that northeastern section?
Oh yeah, I mean the room is littered with busted wood. There's a lot of debris in this area of the room. There's like a lot of loose rock on just covering the floor, and you notice that above you, as you look in the ceiling, there is a large hole, kind of banana shaped, that hugs the wall. You can just kind of see the stone wall continuing up through that hole, making up the wall of the room above you. Yeah, you just see what looks like another empty chamber with damage to the roof and stuff like that.
Okay.
Can we see what maybe caused the holes in the
go ahead and
roof?
make a separate
fall
investigation
through?
check for the rubble. It's all you can see is pieces of the roof, or I should say just pieces of stone brick that have deteriorated and pulverized, sections of wood planks that have been obliterated, and all of that rubble is now right now on the first floor at your feet.
Okay, so
Just a big
doesn't
hole.
look like anything forced its way through the roof. It just okay.
Next. Books.
Okay. I'm going to motion, and I'm going to continue to advance my way up here.
Sorry.
And I hope other people are behind me.
Okay.
I will follow behind him.
As you enter this space, you feel for lack of a better word, Sazaros, the hairs on the back of your neck stand up. And it's unexplainable, really, but you get this sense that you're being watched. Not easy to explain. Not necessarily by, like, there's someone in the wall watching you, but you get the feeling that there's a presence. Something is here. There's not. You can't see anything. And you hear a thump above you. Don't see anything.
Okay. Look up.
You just see kind of a wood floor that's been split and chipped and crumpling. Doesn't look super, super sturdy. Hear a thump again. This time it's in a different part of the ceiling, over here.
Mm-hmm.
I'm guessing we're gonna have to go upstairs to figure out what that is.
All right. Okay.
All right.
Sazaros,
So,
are you casting Detect Thoughts?
skirting around.
Oh, okay.
Skirting.
Okay.
I am not. I was just looking up something about it. I have to be able to see the creature in order to cast it. I can't just
Understood.
shotgun it out there and see what pings. So I'm going to skirt around
You hear a whisper. Your name.
the hole.
Sazaros. Sazaros. You're the. By the way, none of you hear this. You just kind of see Sazaros look in the room and just kind of stop moving for a second.
Oh. I look over to Coz and it's like,
Everything all right? Hear what?
okay, there's some creepy voice you can't see that's whispering my name.
Oh, that's not good.
Well, of course you can't see voices.
Yeah, while I like
Koza,
my name traveled far.
So you're kind of leaning in like, all right, what do you hear?
Understandable.
Okay.
I'm gonna cast Detect Evil and Good.
You don't really detect anything. Well, what's the range on that?
It's 30 feet, and I can detect aberrations, celestials, elementals, phase, fiend, and undead.
Right. Does it have to do with... Okay. Yeah, you get a ping big time. Above you and
Where?
below you and beyond the wall ahead of you and just kind of a radius around you, you feel presences, like little plinks all over.
Guys, we're not alone.
Yes, they are undead.
Do I know
you definitely
what,
feel the presence of undead.
like, what kind of creature they are? Oh, great.
You start to
we
see,
got ghosts, guys.
You start to see faintly glowing fingers emerge from the floor up into the room, and you start to see above you through that hole a very slowly descending head that kind of cranes at an odd angle as it sort of skitters along the ceiling like a ethereal spider, stopping briefly, and you see another one emerge from the wall behind at the end of where the hearth is, and another ghost emerge from the hearth itself as the room slowly starts to fill with about a half a dozen of these creatures. At this moment, I need everybody to go ahead and roll initiative. Hold on though, let me make sure it's clear, which I don't think it is. Oh, it looks clear. So, what you see is a number of these nasty little creatures.
Oh yeah, I rolled 2.
They start to surround this table, all kind of congregating in this room, really. Let's see.
Yeah, 0 for initiative. I like it.
All right.
Yeah.
Perfect. Where is bringing this guy in here?
Great.
Let's say he was there.
It doesn't.
Come on. There we go. Pretty good. That looks like everyone. Aww. Turn for ye.
It won't let me add a turn.
There you go.
I don't think anyone's overlapping for the first time in ever.
You still okay?
Oh,
we don't
Edgar's
need
in
one
there.
egg here.
All right. So why didn't it do it? Descending.
Huh?
There we go.
Yeah.
Okay. So, yeah, creepy. It's pretty dark over here, except for the fact that there's now a lit stone on the floor. Sazaros and Koza and Adkir, you guys are closest to this clustered group of ghosts that just kind of apparated out of nowhere and started floating towards you. What would you guys like to do? It is Yuno is in the hot seat. You kind of noticed this from farther away. What would you like to do about it?
Yuno is going to cast Shatter. So cast it centered here.
Everybody.
So 10 foot should hit everyone but Sazaros and this guy. So it should hit this one.
Yeah, you're gonna hit 5 of them for sure. What, and that is that a if you hit, or is that a saving throw? Oh, they're
it's
awesome
going to be
Constitution.
a Constitution saving throw.
Okay, one's a 2, one's a 7, one's a 19, one's a natural 20, and the 5th one is a natural 4, and they have a 0 plus 0 Constitution. So 2 of them pass. I would say.
So
Okie dokie.
So they'll take half damage.
And one of them
they had to
failed.
beat a 16.
Or no, 3 of them failed, 2 of them succeeded. Okie doke.
Well,
what you got?
Yeah. So, 1 second here.
Okay.
17 is full damage, so half would be 8. And a creature made of inorganic material has disadvantage on a saving throw. I don't know if that would apply because it's not
inorganic.
Made of
although that
material.
sounds like stone or metal to me. Oh yeah, okay, yeah, they're made of
That's
ethereal
what it says stone,
but,
crystal,
I mean,
metal.
Yeah.
Still took a
Ethereal
took a hefty beating.
Like a tangible,
Okay.
non-organic.
They're all still up. Okay, I don't think that
And that's thunder damage.
resistant to thunder. So,
Really?
Yeah. Ghosts are pretty awesome, actually.
Yeah, with Sir.
So 2 of them take no damage, or no, they would take. I guess they would take half of half. Let's be fair to your spell. So, okay, all right. But the other 2, they take 8 for sure, or the other 3. All right, they're all still up.
And then, as a bonus action, I'm going to shove this ghost. This one. Because fuck him.
They have a really high strength of 7. So that's a natural 8 minus 2 is 6. So where would you like him? Which direction?
So he gets shoved 5 foot.
Piss off, ghost! Alright.
Piss off, ghost.
Okay, alright. Ends your turn. Sazros, you're next. Koza's on deck against the spooky squad. And these ghosts, mind you, are they're wafting their arms left to right. They just have this horrible, mournful look on their faces. They're featureless faces, by the way. These sunken black eyes with a drawn out like mouth. They're just kind of floating around and not really reacting to being attacked. They look more like they're interested in sharing their sadness with you. Okay.
Alright, so I just threw
You're
up
Flitty
my
Fairy, so that means this dude, and this dude I think, and this dude I think is 15 feet out. So that's 4. That's 4. Can you go ahead and put up your little circle thing?
15
There you go.
foot.
So that's 4 guys have to make a deck save, correct?
Let's see.
Okay.
When the creature
so I'll do
enters
that.
the area or starts its turn, must make
They're
a
not
wisdom
entering a
save.
space; they already are in that space. So I'll make them do that on their turn. But those are up. Okay.
Okay. And I am going.
Would you like to hold a particular action?
Hold fast. Yes, I will ready a. I've already cast a spell. I will ready a weapon attack. Actually, no, I'm going to ready the parry action. So that way, if anybody makes an attack.
Okay. And to be clear, that wisdom save begins on their turn or ends with their turn? Okay, very good. That's your turn, Koza. You're up. Baranor on deck.
Begins.
Yep.
Alrighty, I'm going to move up 5 feet to get next to Sazros and put my hand on his shoulder and cast protection from evil and good. And what that does is any creature of the types in that spell list get disadvantage on attack rolls against him, and he has advantage
Very
against on saving throws against being charmed or frightened.
Cool.
And then I'm going to step back again. And that's my turn.
Okay.
Oh wait, hang on. As a bonus action, I'm going to conjure my spiritual weapon.
Which you have. Right?
Which
Hold on. Oh, well, just give me 1 second.
I don't think
And
I can put it up
will-
on the board.
He's very, very proud of it.
I drew the spiritual weapon myself, just so everyone knows.
Alright, hold on.
I'm very proud
I'll
of
just
it.
do
I love
this.
how it turned out.
Okay.
I need to step out for a few moments.
That
Hopefully
made
I'll
it
be
really
back
big.
by my next turn.
Sure.
It is
Whoa.
a moon. It is a crescent moon with
That's
like
actually that's pretty cool.
a branch grown as
fucking
the
awesome.
scythe handle.
Right?
Alright, I need to give you permission for this.
I'll put
Oh,
it
I know
like
what I'm
right
gonna
here.
do. I gotta make it a new character, that's what I have to do. Go. Add.
It's its own character.
It has feelings. What if spiritual weapons have feelings? The next Disney movie.
Oh boy.
Alright. That's your bonus action. Okay.
Yep. And that's my turn.
I think that when you cast spiritual weapon, you can also make an attack.
Oh, I can. Okay. Not letting me move it, but I'll have it
Alright,
attack
hold on, I'm
this
creating
guy right
this
here.
thing for you. Boom.
Okay. Take your time.
Yeah. Oh. Stupid website. There we go. Alright. You should see that pop up.
Still not letting me move it.
Hold on.
You
You
gotta
can't
give me
move this guy,
permissions
right?
first.
Just for the record, on the attack, you can only attack a creature within 5 feet of the weapon. So wherever you're going to summon it,
Yeah, put it
use
right
this
here.
be right on top.
for now. What is this thing's deal? Yeah. Edit. I'm gonna have to create this again. So I'm gonna give you this guy for now. It's just a
That's
summon,
alright.
but I'll have it fixed in 1 moment. Can you see that dancing light? Can you? Okay.
No, there we
Yeah, go ahead and roll an attack. Which one you want to attack?
I'll put it right
as
there.
I mess around with this.
This one.
That is true.
I think that's the only
Yeah.
one that.
Yeah,
you
make an
know
attack
didn't
for
hit
sure.
With. Yeah, so I'm gonna hit that one.
And that hits.
That is.
You get the feeling it was real
19.
easy to hit that thing.
Ready? That's a D8 plus.
All right. You got an action still, right?
That is. No, it's just as soon as I
bonus
summon it, I get to make an attack roll.
Okay. Yeah,
no,
you're
I
right. You're
use
right.
my
Okay.
action to cast
The
protection.
bonus.
So that's
The
10 points of radiant damage.
Non-hurt one, got it.
Right
Yeah,
on
you
his
see it
face.
kind of blast through this ghostly visage, and just for a brief moment, you can see like features of its face lit up. It's very mummified, and it's missing teeth, and its jaw is distended downward and kind of hanging lazily at the base of its sternum. And it's just sort of drifts towards you a little faster. That ends your turn. Baranor, you're up.
Very cool.
All right.
Uh-huh.
I'm going to step forward, and in a rare moment, pull out or have up the scimitar.
All right. Are
The
you
wind
using its
razor.
ability to attack twice in
And,
one go?
Attack.
Okay. That 12 hits.
Not for this first one, no. That 12 hits. Okay.
Okay, and you're attacking the one that Koza attacked?
9.
Okay. Fair enough. Okay.
This one.
9 attack,
Right there,
9
yeah.
points of slashing damage. You kind of feel that the
Okay.
ghost didn't expect this weapon to do any damage as it kind of just stood there and took it. And then as you slashed across it, you saw this rippling, glowing energy spread across the blade as it hits this thing. And you get the feeling like this thing can actually do some pretty decent damage to this creature.
All right.
All right.
Second attack.
Yeah, this one just kind of slices it right through the
That's a
midsection.
crit.
Go ahead and roll damage.
All right. Let's see if this actually works. Does it
I don't know.
automatically do crit damage on
Good
here? I don't think
question.
I've ever crit. It's like,
Yep, there you go. 9
oh,
more
it
points
does,
of
it does
slashing
roll
damage.
2. Okay.
All right,
So 9
it
again.
is not your turn quite yet.
I'm back to right now.
Cool. All right.
No, that's
Yeah,
okay.
still
Just
up,
let me know
but
I'm back
not
in
looking
case
too
you need
pretty
further.
right now. It took some serious damage both from Koza and Baranor, so it's kind of like you see its essence starting to waft away as it's trying to hold itself together. All right, it is Atgeir's turn. Atgeir is going
All right.
to
Now I'll stay where I'm
move
at.
through Baranor's space, and he's also going to attack. And since he's engaged, he gets sneak attack. So let's go ahead and roll that beautiful bean footage. He's going to use his main attack, his bully, and holy mother of mercy. That 7, I don't know why it's it's still an advantage, that's why. No, normal. Well, he has advantage, but the 22 does it. Alright, that thing flits away into nothingness. That ghost is no more. And he's going to throw his other... this guy, unfortunately, he does not get sneak attack on that one. But he's going to throw it anyway. And that sneak attack does not count. It no show me. Why not? Why no show me? Oh, okay, there we go. It did show me. Good. Alright. That one's been hit with a dagger strike. It goes right through it and sticks hard in a wood plank behind it. Maven, you're up. Hello, Maven. I think you're muted. And Bogey, I think you're muted too. Hello, hello. Oh, technical difficulties. You can't have that during my spooky ghost battle. That breaks all the tension.
Okay, here. Okay, there we go. There we go.
Oh,
Darn headphones.
Sorry, my headphones are not working properly. Okay, so what I want to do is... Okay. Move. Right there, and then I want to Radiant Sunbolt that guy.
I don't know why it got rid of.
First attack was an 11.
11 does hit.
Oh, awesome. And so that'll be...
And which one was that to?
Right. 6 points of radiant damage. The one that's in front of the
how
table.
How much damage?
It never lets me, like... Yep, 6. That guy, thank you.
Alrighty. Damn. No. Good. Okay, it doesn't have any vulnerabilities. So yeah, your damage goes through. You see it just kind of rack this thing with pain and anguish that's already on its face.
Okay, I'm gonna hit it with another Radiant Sunbolt, cool. That is, woohoo! Natural 20.
10 points.
This time I do 10 points.
That one was one of the ones that holding onto its form. Alright.
Okay. I guess I will cast my first spell, Sacred Flame, at this. Okay, and I will get up closer to them, and I will use my bonus action to turn my tunnel defense.
All of them rise about 4 or 5 feet in the air. They spread their arms wide, and they all seem to mimic about the same movements, although they're moving independently of each other. And you see their eyes open wide, these sickly white lights emitting from them. Their mouths distend even further. Oh yeah, we'll go through that.
Hey, don't forget those wisdom saves
there's
first.
5 of them at this point. Yeah, I'll have them do that.
Okay,
one's a natural 1, one's a 13, one's a 15, one's an 11, and one's a natural 2. Wisdom is a +1, so that's actually a 2, a 14, a 16, a 2, and a 11. Okay, so one of them beat it. So I'll take that damage in just a second. 15. All right. Yeah, you all kind of watch them in unison. Just their faces distend. You can see in this light also reflected inside their throat. The light, the tunnel that it creates in their mouths, just looks like it goes on forever. I need everybody to go ahead and make a wisdom saving throw. Everyone that can see, which I think you all at this point can see, because you need line of sight for a lot of these attacks. I think you know you can definitely see them. So everybody give me a wisdom saving throw. "60 feet. 60 feet.
Is there a range on that, or
just
just
that range?
anyone that can see them?
Yeah, for sure. Alright, I'll have that gear. Roll.
It's a 14 for me.
Alright.
Maven also got a 14.
Everybody needs to beat a 13.
Jose also got a 14.
And Atgear failed.
30-20.
So Atgear is frightened of these things. I don't like ghosts. This isn't what I signed up for. I mean, I know it was haunted, but this isn't what I like to do.
Get over yourself, Atgear.
I don't like ghosts. They're spooky.
All right.
So, if the well, it doesn't matter.
It is a frightening condition.
On that roll for being charmed or frightened, correct? Yeah. Well, it doesn't
Natural
matter.
20s don't really do much for saving throws.
Okay.
They just pass. Okay, so go ahead and give me that damage, and I'll give one of them half. All right. Okay.
22.
So you see
22 radiant damage for those who pass.
this one. Okay, so this guy was this guy's dead, and this guy's the one that holds the turn order, so I got to keep him alive. 22 is full, and 11 is half. So one of them passed. Gets 11.
That's correct.
Okay, 22. Yikes. 22. 22. All right. Yeah, one is down, and pretty much everybody except this guy looks real hurt at that one. Actually, these guys, yeah, I'm going to say they definitely move into range, and they're going to take that, they're going to soak up that damage. So yeah, they're definitely moving. They're on the move. So, that was their action. We're going to say that no one is in range, so this guy is actually going to float down beneath the floor. Boom. And that's their action. Yeah, that's it. All right, you're next. Sazros is on deck. You can now see 3.
All right, so Yuno's going to cast Toll of the Dead, and I'm going to use my robe of spell splitting, and I'm going to hit these 2.
All right,
so they
one's
both
a
need to make
16,
a
one's
Wisdom
a 11.
saving throw, DC 16.
Okay.
All right, so the one that got a 16, nothing happens. The one that failed, it's going to take... Sorry, I lost my D12.
All right. Yeah, this one
Right
right here.
take 16 points of
Fades
necrotic
away
damage.
into non-corporeal existence. Moaning as he goes.
And then, as a bonus action,
Okay.
I'm going to push this guy.
Strength, right? Yeah.
Push him.
Oh,
Just
that's not
telekinetically
bad.
shove
That's 15 minus 2 is 13.
Right off.
pretty good for a ghost. Okay. You push him, and he vanishes right through this wall.
He needs to beat a 16.
Okay. Sazaros, you're up.
I am up, so we just got the one guy there. Well, I am going to come
All right,
up,
you pull out
and I'm going to make
Anthem's
a weapon
Edge from
attack
your
with my
custom
rapier.
sheath, and the whole room glows with a light pale blue light that kind of illuminates the corners of the room that the stone on the floor was casting shadows across. Yours just kind of brightly lights up the room in a 10-foot radius around you. And you got a 16, that definitely hits. And you're going with that guy. Okay. 12 points of damage. Yeah, he poops. You see him as you slice through his incorporeal flesh. You see his form kind of whip around it like it was made of smoke and you were gathering it up. And as you pull through the other side, it just kind of puffs out of existence. And I'm going to say... Get off that ears. Your shit is stuck to my cursor. We're going to say that... This guy and this guy are going to switch. You are now technically in an empty room. Yeah, I mean, you saw, kind of force his energy and push this ghost through the wall. You get the feeling it's probably not going to stay away very long. Koza, you're up. Is there anything you'd like to do on your turn? Oh, yeah, of course.
Well, I still have movement. I'm going to continue my movement forward.
Okay. All right.
To here.
Yep. You get the feeling like whatever. I'm pretty sure those. Well,
Okay.
those things go through solid walls.
And I'll keep
I
them.
think they do. Okay. That's pretty neat.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, Cozy, you're up. No, there are no windows in this room.
So I can't see this guy, right?
And it's pretty thick stone, so you can't really hear anything through it either.
Okay. Let me just...
So I'd like to go back, and because on Sazaros' turn, that ghost entered his area of spirit guardians, they actually have to roll to save.
Right, when they started their turn,
it's on the
I
start
had them do
or
their
ending of
frightening
any
presence,
turn.
but I had him roll damage, and they already took it.
No, but it's on the start of any turn. I've actually
Anybody's
watched a video
turn?
on this, on Spirit Guardian. So it is, enters the first time on a turn. It does not say it has to be their turn. It just says an affected creature. When the creature enters the area for the first time on a turn, or ends its turn there, it must make a wisdom saving throw. It entered that area on Sazaros' turn.
But I think what they mean is that it enters it for the first time on a turn, not anybody's turn, but on their turn. I understand what you're saying, but I don't think that's what they mean is by turn. Yeah. Yeah, he technically, he left, and then Sazaros, I see what Kenny's saying. You created a space in which he I would say he didn't enter that space, though. He was more like, space was created around him. I see what you're saying. You know what? I'll allow it. Because Sazros, you're kind of charging at the wall.
The example that I saw in the video, just to give you clarification of why I believe that to be the way it is a Jeremy Crawford thing, who's one of the designers.
Okay.
Basically said if you shoved, telekinetically shoved somebody out of the space, and then you moved, they have now entered that for the first time.
Yeah,
so like if I was going before Sazros and I pulled that,
I'm looking at Moonbeam too. It also says that
it's entering on
a turn, because Moonbeam is kind of like a ranged spiritual guardians in a sense. And Moonbeam says kind of the same thing. First time on a turn or starts its turn there.
Kind of.
Alright, I'm gonna rule and I'm gonna allow it. So what is he? Because you pushed him into that space, and then Sazros chased after him. I would say that that effect should probably, in all logistics, hit that guy. So I have to roll another wisdom save, correct? That's a dirty 20.
That's correct.
All that. Yeah, go ahead and roll.
That passes. Though he'll take half.
My ghost has evasion. Yeah. Was 5 points. Alright.
5 points.
Okay. I mean, that hit, you can get the feeling that did something. You feel like a reverberation in your magic, that something was affected. You just can't see what it was. Alright. Koza, you all done? Or have you even done anything?
I mean, I haven't really done anything. Well, since I can't really hit something I can't see, I guess I'm going to... Can I... No, I can't move it from person to person. Alright, I'm gonna take...
Okay.
Protection from Evil and Good off Sazros and cast it again on Atgear. And now he has advantage on his next saving throw.
Cool. Alright.
Stop being frightened.
Good to know. Baranor, you're up. Baranor! Bogey!
I was muted. Sorry about that. As far as I know, I don't see any opponents right now.
You get a communication in your head through Luna. It's like, they're close. Don't let your guard down.
Right. Okay. I'm going to move over here and then radiant action to attack a ghost if it comes out anywhere near me.
Wisdom save with advantage. Yeah, alright. He is no longer frightened. Oh, thank you, Kosa. Yeah, he's pretty relieved that he's not afraid anymore. He's
slap.
He's going to go ahead and he's also going to take the bonus action hide, and let's have him make a stealth check. So he thinks he's hidden under this table, but everybody can kind of see him still. But he's going to ready an action with his dagger. Maven, you're up.
Maven is taking a little break right now.
Have her take a dodge action or something. Something
Maven is going to, again, nothing. No. Yeah. No, she's gonna move and ready in action to
Very good.
launch
All right.
sunbolts at anything.
Axton,
like
you're
that.
up. You're still in your tunnel defense. Nothing seems to be moving around at this point, although you can kind of feel an eerie, kind of slimy, sickly thickness to the air in the space. Like something is moving around that you can't really see or feel, but you can kind of, something in your gut is telling you that you're still not alone.
Okay. What will I do? I guess I will use my bonus action to get on top of this table or whatever. Use my bonus action to do tunnel defense and hold my action.
So at this moment,
goes
it's going to take another wisdom saving throw for your spirit guardians. It's going to fail. So if you want to roll that damage again.
On it.
16 damage. Still up.
16.
Not looking great, although not that you can see that. Alright. It's going to take its action, and at this point, Aranor, you feel Luna sort of tell you in your head, you're like, it's moving away. Nature is moving away. And the room grows even more silent.
Okay.
So we're effectively out of combat, as the room has
All
been,
right.
at this point, it's been 6 seconds, 20 seconds, 30 seconds, a minute has gone by. Nothing. No. Make an intimidation check.
Try to scare Atgeir.
And we'll say, we'll give him insight, but not with advantage.
Oh boy. Actually, wait. Actually, hang on.
I don't think it'll
He
matter.
might have. He might have advantage on that. Don't.
I'm not undead or anything.
Yeah, you kind of go boogie, 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 and he looks back and he goes,
No.
"Bah!" His
Just
breath
jokingly
and
trying to
his
scare.
visage as he dwarf, he kind of knocks you back a little bit. He goes, "That's how you intimidate someone, laddie."
Oh,
He just kind of brushes by you, and he's actually going to start inspecting the inner workings of this room, he's going to look through the rubble, see if there's anything worth taking. But as you guys kind of stand in this room and take in the what kind of weirdness that was, we are actually going to take a break. We're a little late on a break. That's all right, but we'll take a 15-minute one. We'll be back here at 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time to continue on this weird, spooky castle adventure.
Alright. Spooky Castle Adventure.
Zoinks.
Jinkies.
Ruh-roh.
Okay. Well,
Bogey, yes. Steph.
let's
not
get
at the
started.
moment.
The room that you're in remains quiet and quite illuminated at this point, both with Sazaros' sword and Yuno's spell. You kind of hear a faint, kind of ethereal moaning kind of trail off into nothingness. All right, we're gonna keep the turn order just in terms of what people want to do. But frankly, it is quiet, and the room is yours. The castle is yours. What would you guys like to do? You want to do anything specific?
Nope.
All right.
I'm gonna go investigate this room.
There is a broken door, and you can clearly see on the inside. You can clearly see. We'll do this because it's fun. A throne room of sorts.
Pretty ghost.
There you go.
Hunter ghost.
You can see this too. You see broken glass on the ground. You see a gaping hole in the wall behind a ruined stone chair. It looks like there's maybe rusted wrought iron filigree making up the window pane, and there is broken multicolored stained glass on the ground scattered about the room. All right, what's the range on that?
I'm going to take a couple minutes and cast Detect Magic as a ritual.
Yeah, nothing. You don't detect any Any magic
within
above,
30
below? Not in your 30-foot range. The door is obstructing your way. It's jammed into place, but it is broken enough that you can clearly like fit your head or your arm through the door and see into the room. Sure. Anything else for We're here. All right. Wander around.
He's gonna go check out.
So,
he's just gonna wander around like a crazy person.
Sazros, you're next. What would you like to do?
All right. Hold on. Zoom back out here. All right. Well, I still got my fairies up for my spirit guardians, rather, for a number of minutes. So I'm going to kind of walk my way around this perimeter.
Well, I mean,
Is this
the pile
way
of rubble is
navigable?
pretty
Can I walk through
treacherous.
there, or do I walk
I
all
would
the way
consider it at least dangerous or difficult terrain. Where did you... Oh, Yuno's over there. Oh, hey, Yuno, guess what? Sorry. On your turn, you spot a hovering ethereal form right over here. It's just kind of looking at you, and sort of, at this point, right now, Sazras, you also see this over here. It's just kind of hovering, starting to waft over here, and disappears behind this door. Okay. Sorry, Sazros. Go ahead.
Okay. I'll finish
Spirit Guardians is a minute,
walking
right?
my circuit.
10 minutes? Okay, yeah, you get the feeling you're
Yeah,
starting to near the middle portion of
10
that
minutes.
time frame. I mean, I'm gonna let you at least double your movement.
Mhm.
You get the opportunity to like actually do something. I'm not gonna ask you for 6 seconds of in real life time. Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, I'm just kind of hoofing it around. I'm going to
Okay.
Double-
You see
double
in
up
front
here
of
with
you
you
now
now.
is a closed door. This door is in pretty good shape. There's no cracks or missing pieces enough to stick your head through, but it does look like with enough force it would probably budge. You kind of give it like a initial nudge, and it doesn't look like anything behind it is breaching or bracing it, keeping it from being open. You just get the feeling like it's jammed in place, maybe sagging on its hinges of sorts.
okay. I'm gonna go ahead and attempt to
Okay, yeah, go ahead and give me a strength check. If you would like to assist him, he can do it with
about barge
advantage.
the door down.
Okay, you cast
what you'd like
knock.
to just
You hear this
cast
loud,
knock and
"Hey!"
pull the door open.
and the door doesn't open because it's not technically locked
Oh.
or barred or anything like that. It's like just jammed in place. It's just an obstruction.
So if it's stuck or barred in any
okay,
way,
well,
it
fair enough.
becomes
It's just stuck. You just see it. It
Unlocked,
doesn't like
unstuck,
blast
or
open. It
unbarred.
just kind of
So
goes.
if it's
and
just
kind of like
kind of
moves
forced-
past whatever portion of the door was keeping it in place. It just kind of like moves past that. Just kind of swings a little bit. And so yeah, the door is unobstructed right now, and I'll go ahead and reveal this for you. You see what looks like some kind of a den or study. It's an octagonal room. There's an empty, dry, dark hearth at one corner. A couple of ruined, red fabric covered chairs with the cotton batting kind of pulled out of them. Looks like perhaps by animals for the bedding material. And let's see here. Hold on. Above in the ceiling, you see a large hole in the ceiling above your head. And the subsequent rubble on the ground at your feet kind of denotes that perhaps this room's roof caved in. So that ends Sazros' turn. Koza, Baranor, you guys are up next. What would you guys like to do?
I'm going to wander. We're not still like.
We're gonna just keep in your
technically in combat.
Initiative order as far as what you guys want to do.
Combat?
But you're not in combat, no.
Okay, then I'm going to make my way all the way down.
Yeah, just give me
walk through here.
An athletics
or
check
do I have
if
to
you're gonna walk
around
through it. It's pretty loose rubble, and it's quite a large pile of it.
All right.
Just try not to stick yourself.
I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, it takes you a couple of extra seconds, but you're able to kind of
That's a 15.
trot across this giant rubble pile. Okay. The doors are closed.
All right, and then I'm just gonna make my way over
Of all
here
the
and see
doors
what's
you've
inside.
seen, these seem to be the most intact. They're wood doors with iron hinges and brackets and braces. There's a large iron latch between the two doors. Looks like it opens outward towards you. They are locked.
All right.
Kind
Can
of
I
jiggle
just
them a little and they
pull them
just
open,
remain
or are
shut.
they locked? Okay. I'm not seeing any spells that would help me. So
Okay. Give me a strength check.
I'm gonna try and bash this door open. All right.
Wait a minute, didn't you say they opened towards you?
Oh, right. I'm gonna try really hard to open them.
So you grab on
Alright.
these old hinges and
That's
you're on these old
unnatural 20.
handles, and you can feel the lock's inner mechanisms holding them shut. And you pull and pull and pull and brace, and you feel it go, ting, and something inside breaks. But the structure of the door, how heavy they are, and the fact that they've got an inner working inside of them really keeping them shut, it's just not fully opening. Like you feel something inside like sprang loose or popped, but the rest of the mechanism is holding fast. Nothing.
Is there any sort of gap in between the doors?
All right, Baranor.
All right. I guess that's it for me then.
All right. So I might have misunderstood earlier. Is
When
it
you're in.
this room or this room that Luna was getting bad vibes from?
Uh-huh.
Oh, okay. All right. I thought it was the room that we weren't seeing into. This one. Okay. Cool. All right. So Koza, the doors Koza's messing with is locked.
He pulled
or
on
is
the
it just
latch and
like the other
it
one's
didn't
barred?
click as if it were open, and he went to pull on it and it seemed like it was shut.
Or would I be?
You can go over and roll an insight check if you want. Well,
Okay,
if you want
there
to
a lock?
investigate it to see if it's locked, I mean, it very clearly looks like it's latched
Insight or
shut.
investigation?
No, I'm going to give that for free. I mean, you can
alright.
tell it's locked.
That's
all you were. That's all the insight was
Alright.
for.
Oh, okay. Okay. Cool. Okay. All right. So it's barred. Is there like
There's a keyhole
slit
in one of the doors.
in the door, like between the
It's pretty
two
big
doors?
too. Looks like it would hold a large key.
Okay.
Yeah. You can attempt to do anything. You can
I
attempt to
attempt to
cartwheel
pick
if
it?
you want. I'll have you roll for it.
Okay.
You're a rogue now. You can do what you want.
I know. I'm new to this now.
That's going to be
Okay.
a That's going to be a sleight of hand.
I know. So what is that?
Which is your dex plus your
what do I roll
your
for
thieves' tools, which is your prof bonus.
Okay. Okay, so sleight of hand plus the proficiency, I'm guessing. Okay.
Yeah, your thieves' tools. It seems like they are not made for a lock this big, and you're kind of having trouble figuring out where to put the pick and everything like that. So you're just kind of having trouble.
Okay.
You're just kind of you find yourself just more investigating it and staring at it more than anything. You're like, I can see the tumbler in there, but my tools are too small to actually do anything. It feels like there's a lot of tension, and now that Koza kind of yanked on it, you can clearly see something inside has sort of bent and made it even harder to unlock this in conventional means.
All right, so we're either going to need to find the key for this, or
that's happening. Akir's going to come over here.
For it. All right,
and he's going to try it too, even though the DC is now going to be crazy stupid high. All right, let's step back, boys, and let's see if a professional can get this done. And you see him pull out his own thieves' tools, and they've shown some wear and tear. Right. So you see Akir kind of insert his tools in there, and he's like, "All right, I see what you did wrong there. Watch this." And he looks like he's like trying to do it with one hand, and he actually kind of pinches his finger a little bit, and as he pulls it out to go ow, 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 he actually yanks really hard on the tumbler, and the door pops loose and open. I totally meant to do that, so pay attention, and next time.
I see I have much to learn still.
Right.
What
you see is square room, seems rather empty, and from where you're at, you can see. I'll just give it to you. Hold on 1 second. Actually, yeah. Okay. See what looks like a spiral staircase in the northwest corner of the room. Yeah, you see all of this, I guess. Lots of debris littered all over it. Lots of rubble in this room. No holes in the ceilings. But you definitely... Luna is now backing up a little bit. She's still kind of doing what you ask, but she's like, you can see that she is really not into this room at all. Like, something about this room is spooking her even more than before. She's bleeding. Not bleeding, she's bleating. She's kind of whining at you a little bit. Just under her breath, not enough to draw attention to herself, but you get the feeling like she's not super happy about having to go down this way. And there's a spiral staircase up and a spiral staircase down. Just go ahead and look at all of it. All right. That's going to be Akir's turn. Maven, what would she like to do? And then Axton, you can also think of something to do too. You guys can go kind of at the same time.
Trying to think what she would do. They go up and they go down. Maven will... You know what? She's going to go over here to this other door.
Okay, yeah. She can make an attack.
See if you can't knock down some of this.
Instead of a strength check.
This door. Okay.
Ooh. With ease. She doesn't even really hit it. She just kind of taps it really hard. She kind of produces some energy from her chi, her inner soul, and directs it into a finger strike, and the whole door just kind of shatters into splinters on the ground before her. And I'll go ahead and show you what the whole rest of the room looks like. Big mystery.
Okay.
Axton, what would you like to do? Okay.
I guess I'll move towards Atgear and everybody towards the stairs. And are we guys going to go up or down? What do you guys think?
Well, we heard something upstairs, didn't we?
I believe so. Well, I know that you guys did. I don't think I did.
We have 2 clerics. One go up, one go down.
Nothing bad ever
Oh, yeah.
happens.
We are not.
That's a solid plan.
Let's not split the party.
So, yeah.
All right.
I'll start making my way.
Atgear's going to
towards
follow.
going
Died last
upstairs.
time.
I'll start making my way towards the upstairs.
All right. What would you like to do?
Where are we going? Upstairs? Or downstairs?
All right.
Upstairs is what
Then I will go ahead and
Yeah,
move you
I'll go as well.
over here.
I'm just gonna follow along with everybody else.
Bloop. Everybody's going upstairs. So if you guys could
What I
please
missed?
place yourselves here.
Okay, I'll join the crew.
Please. Spooky, spooky.
This music is so spooky.
Is this Luigi's mansion?
It's certainly not. A
Not the
little,
music for him. I haven't played it in a while.
little scarier than that, I think.
Okay.
All right. What you see before you is
Yeah.
the
We need
top
like a
floor
thing
of
from
this room,
Scooby-Doo.
or top floor of this castle. What's illuminated is about how far Koza can see, because the entire room is shrouded in darkness. At this point, you're entering into the nighttime hours. There is no more light outside to illuminate the room. Those of you with the dark vision see a little less than this, but I'm gonna let Koza dictate what he sees. I thought you got to see farther.
I just
like
have
300
regular
feet.
standard dark vision. I don't have any sort of special. I do.
No, I know,
It's
but you can
just
still-
it's
this
not
is what
like
you see.
I treat
It says
darkness as
Twilight
bright
Cleric
light.
thing.
What do you have?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah,
my
so,
So, I mean,
Twilight
this is what you
Cleric
see.
good.
I mean,
Best
the
one.
room is covered in wood paneling all throughout. It looks like a couple of walls have actually fallen down and toppled. There's a very, very large hole in the center of the room right here. And there's just piles of rubble here and there. There's parts of the ceiling have
Yeah.
kind of caved in and rained down debris.
Okay, I'm going to very carefully, kind of edging this
Okay.
wall,
As you
kind of
skitter
make my
across this
way
floor, I need
over
you to make a
here,
dexterity saving
kind of
throw.
peek around the corner.
With
and see what I
advantage
see.
because you are hugging the edge.
Oh shit! With advantage, perfect.
A 10.
Ooh,
You crunch
that's
through the floor
you said
and
dexterity.
fall straight through
That's
down
a
to the
10.
room below. I'm going to create a hole. If you just bear with
Oh yeah!
right about here. There is
Sorry
now-
guys, my big ass fell through the floor.
right here.
We
There's
heard.
a hole, and you take
Yeah, I was kind of worried that was going to happen.
6 points of bludgeoning damage and have to reclimb the stairs.
Oh no.
Oops.
Okay.
Okay, fair enough. All right.
I do that. I get back to the top of the stairs.
Very cool. Okay.
For the record, my passive
Well-
trace is still up.
You're next, followed by Akir. What would you like to do?
It's been up for an hour.
Yeah,
Or
you-
it is up for an hour. Myself?
It's weird. You can see it.
Okay, I can't see the turn order anymore. Okay. I'm going to after seeing what happened to Hosa, gingerly come out. Well, I can't see distance. Where is the distance thing?
All right, go ahead and make a dexterity saving throw with me, or for me. Yeah, I'll make one too. There we go. 18. Yeah, you're fine. Yeah, you kind of can feel where the floor joists in the ground, or where the floor are, where the strong parts, where things are actually nailed to, where there's the most strength, and you kind of keep your feet light and fit and on those parts of the floor. What would you like to do in this space, besides just walk into the middle of it? Okay.
I'm just gonna look around.
Yeah, go ahead and make a perception check.
Just a general perception check, I guess.
And we'll reveal the end of this hallway. There we go. You see what looks like there's like a little cubby here, but this is all solid stone wall. And there's no access to this space. It's just not part of the structure. Because that living room you guys were in, it was just one little room, and it had a low ceiling, and that's it. From where you're at, you can probably see over here now.
Okay.
All right, Atgeir is going to watch what happened to Koza and watch how sneaky, stealthy he was, and he is going to actually dash across the wall, around this corner, try and make it over here just with a real quick flourishing dash action. Let's see if he can pull it off. There we go. Do an acrobatics check. Which, how are you not proficient in acrobatics? God. All right. Not great, not terrible. But he is able to do it just barely, landing right here. That's all I'm going to give him. And he's going to look around and make his own perception check and see what he can see. He wants to see if he can look all the way to the end of that hallway. Not great. Nope. He's pretty distracted by looking down at the hole and being like, hey, we were just down there. Look at that. All right. At this point, we're going to kind of step out of the turn order, I think. It's becoming more of a hindrance than it's worth. So this room is sort of yours for the moment. Is there anything anybody else would like to do in this portion of the house? Let's just let you guys do kind of what you think is best.
I'm going to try to come out and
go ahead and give
make
me a
it
dex.
to about
here.
Before I do that, I'm going to go ahead and
nimble feet. Do you want to make an acrobatics check and run across the wall like Atgeir did?
With Cat's Grace. Let me look at my sheet to see if that would be more advantageous, because I get advantage on any dex.
All right, go ahead.
Skills.
Yeah, make that with advantage because you're running along the edge.
Yeah, I can do an acrobatics.
Of the floor like Uza was. Yeah, you can feel the wood kind of sink and creak and crack under your weight as you kind of 15. Deftly and nimbly kind of tiptoe your way all the way over there, but you make it. You can feel some of the wood chips kind of fall through and hit perhaps a subflooring between the layers of the floor. And you kind of look over, you can see down the hole where you guys were earlier, although it's very, very dark. It's really difficult to see around here. You're kind of moving around. Yeah, no problem. And it's dimly in a 20-foot circle around that too. So
at least 10 feet of light.
Yeah, it's pretty bare around here. There's lots of debris on the ground, lots of rocks, lots of broken wood. The place is been long picked clean. There's like piles of refuse in the corner here, maybe some debris kind of collected and piled up in the corner. You do see some very small evidence of like animal nests in some of the corners, and you actually see what looks like a long burnt out kind of charcoaly campfire kind of right here, with what looks like a little hollow area kind of carved out where maybe a creature or a person kind of spent the night here one night or something, but it doesn't look like anything's been touched in a long time. And as you're there, I would say with that kind of light, you can just barely see over here now. Anybody else? Sky's the limit. What do you want to do?
Yuno's gonna try to
just give me a dexterity saving throw
as far as he can go.
Nice. All right, you're walking across the wood panels, and I mean you're not a tiny guy, but you're a pretty lithe human wizard. And you're kind of light on your feet as you tiptoe across the beams. You kind of watch where Baranor was shifting his weight. You kind of follow in his footsteps and kind of gauge, like, okay, there's a floor joist like every 2 feet, so that's where I'll put my feet. And you kind of manage to keep that up for, about 20, 30 feet. Your foot kind of goes through the floor a little bit, but it doesn't really, you don't fall through it or anything like that. And you kind of make your way to this section of the room. You can see about here.
Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to pick up like a small piece of rubble. I'm going to cast light on it, and then I'm going to summon my mage hand to take it 30 feet.
Okay, we can throw it.
Should be right about here. And then chuck it around the corner.
Oh, that's a bummer. I'm going to say your mage hand can only lift 5 pounds, which obviously a rock is less than that. But as far as throwing stuff, I'm going to say it'll probably give you an additional 10 feet. So I'll say that you guys can probably... Well, yeah, fair enough. I'm going to say that this area is lit up, but there's really no one over there to see it but Sazaros.
Just for
so I'll say Sazaros, you can see this much now. It's technically lit up, so you actually could see more, but you're not there to see it.
Right.
Who's next? Who wants to do stuff?
All right, Maven is going... Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Nope, you go ahead.
All right, Maven is going to try to move over.
She doesn't even have to roll. She just kind of nimbly scales the walls and flips around and lands her feet like really, really, 1 foot, then 2 feet, lands a very tight 3-point landing on a floor joist, and just kind of looks at you all like, what is your problem? That was easy. And now that she's there and there's lots of light, I'm going to go ahead and open all of this up. looks like
just
a
kinda
exact duplicate
call
in
out what she
diameter of the
sees.
room beneath it. Looks like there's a lot of debris in the room. It looks like the roof is collapsed above it. And consequently, everybody will notice that this staircase that you started out this room in, it technically does go up more, but you can see clearly that the floor upstairs has completely scattered and crumbled and littered the stairs with debris, and the roof is collapsed. So whatever room was up above this has fallen and been destroyed. And it looks like this room's roof kind of semi-collapsed right above this hole, and there's now a hole in the corner of the room.
Talk about your fixer-upper.
Yeah, the Marquis got himself a money pit here.
Yeah,
All
that
right.
was cool.
Somebody was saying something before I dealt with Maven, so what was going on?
Oh, I was just
Yeah,
I was
I'll
just
say
gonna
that you
try
learned
and
your lesson, and
very
you
carefully
instead
make
of
my
stomping
way
over to across the
middle of
way,
the
you
room.
kind of walked gingerly and kind of followed the lines that Yuno's been walking in, and made your way over there. And you're now in the middle of the room. There's a big hole to the north of you. And that room that you guys are in, it's upstairs. Floor is to the northeast. It's kind of all there is to this space. You can tell that there were once walls here that have collapsed or fallen over and fallen to ruin. But this makes up what looks like the majority of the upstairs of this keep. It's not an enormous keep. It's respectable, but it's not a huge building. Maven, Axton. You can.
So I guess we don't really find anything. We haven't really found
Make a
anything.
perception
We just viewed up here and that's it. No monsters, no other creatures.
You don't see any monsters.
22.
You kind of you crane your head out from the staircase and really listen, and you don't hear any aberrant movement or moaning or crying or anything that associates with the ghosts that you encountered earlier.
Okay. I'm kind of afraid to come out on this.
Yeah,
broken
you
stairs.
cast Mending, and this little foot square space
I'll
of the
cast
wood
Mending
just
right
kind
here
of sucks together, and
walk right here.
the wood kind of winds itself back together. Just one. Okay. All right. You're up.
Okay, that's it for my turn. And I'll keep casting Mending as I'm going. If everybody could do the same, by the way.
Well, nobody has been to the upper right, but at this point,
is there
Maven
any
can see
real
it.
part of the room that no one's been to?
Technically, she can see in the doorway, which means she can actually see. Just do this again. She can technically only see. This, I guess. Maybe like. Yeah, like that. Yeah, you teleport instantly. Drop into the ground in a puff of blue smoke and sprout back up above it, above the spot that you picked, harmlessly stepping onto the floor. No problem at all. Okay, I'll just open it up.
And then
for you.
I'm gonna move towards this room.
Go ahead and make it a investigation check.
Ooh, I'm real
The
good
room
at that.
is empty, save for a crap ton of rubble and debris
30-20.
and wood chunks and roof pieces and a hole in the corner of the room. You don't see anything else. You don't see anything of value. There's not even clothing or crates or barrels or nothing. Just lots of debris. It's
This
Sucks in a
room
good-
sucks.
Atgear's going to get a little bored, and he's actually just going to meander back over to where Axton is, and he's going to try, like everywhere that Axton goes with his mending, he's going to try to like break it with his knife. Not enough to damage it structurally, just like it's too pretty. The rest of the room is destroyed, and this is too pretty. All right.
I need the mending, otherwise I'm gonna fall through with my heavy armor.
Anybody else? What are we doing in here? Seems to be.
I mean, everything's
Well, how
been
about
searched,
everybody's
right?
kind of standing around, really giving it a look. Let's get a
We've canvassed
investigation
this
check
room
for
pretty good,
everybody.
haven't we?
As you guys are now, you feel you've seen every square inch, but it's different when you're actually looking through rubble and things like that. Oh boy. Oh boy.
Well, that investigation. Oh my god.
That's gonna be a 27 for
Okey-dokey.
you.
I don't know why she said advantage.
Should have rolled two. Now.
That's 17 for Koza.
Nice. Accurate got a 9. Alright, you guys feel between Sazaros, Maven especially, Yuno especially, and even Baranor, and Koza, you guys are pretty sure that you guys are picking through these pieces of rubble pretty cleanly, moving stuff, kind of being careful around the weaker spots of the floor. It doesn't seem safe. You guys are not super comfortable being up here for long periods of time, and you get the feeling like there's literally just nothing up here of interest or value. Like the whole floor has been cleaned, cleared, destroyed. That's pretty much it. Yeah. And as you're looking at it, perhaps several times
This
over, like
carcass
you're
has been picked
pretty sure that you're not the first people up here. And with all the damage, you get the feeling like some of it might even be vandalism.
Yeah.
Damn teenagers.
Well, there's nothing here.
All right, so we go downstairs.
Well, we haven't looked completely down that first level. That throne room area is still not yet.
Okay. Move you all back to the other map.
In and look around.
I mean, yeah, sure. We could
There
do
you
that
are
first.
at the bottom of the stairs.
Yeah.
Sasaros, you
Since Maven
teleported
made
to
sure
the
that-
other side of the room.
Made sure that the door was completely blown off the hinges.
You can drop your Spirit Guardians, by the way. It's long since faded.
Hey, donate. I learned a new trick.
Get rid of the Silence Dome.
Oh,
All right. The door is empty. I mean, Maven kind of knocked it over with a key strike, so the door is in splinters. If you know.
So should we travel downstairs now? Like, is
Well-
there another downstairs?
Do we want to investigate that? The
Go
throne,
ahead
throne
and
room
give me
area?
Okay, yeah, let's
whoever
do
wants
that
to go
first
in there.
under
Go ahead and give me an
glass room, just to make sure.
investigation with advantage, because
Be thorough.
we'll say even if nobody else goes. Yeah. Here's gonna go down there too.
Yeah, I'd rather assist somebody than do one myself.
He's gonna be in there.
I'll
All right.
roll for him then.
The room is
Okay.
obviously
18.
as empty as it looks on the map. But at this point, Maven is going to scoop up a handful of those glass shards and just kind of look at them and stick them in her pocket. So if you want to write glass shards times 5.
Okay.
And I will write Steph and let her know what she can do with those if she wishes.
Okay.
No problem. I hope she feels better.
Yeah, she's just not feeling well, so she's laying down for a second.
That's no worse.
Acceptable.
Yeah.
How rude.
I'm also going to go ahead and physically walk into
Okay,
this
that's
room.
fair.
I mean, we looked in it,
it
but I
is
don't
a
think that
kind
you know, and I
of a study
really
or a
physically
den.
went in
It
and
looks like the
examined
walls were
the
perhaps once covered with wood paneling, but it's since fallen down or been ripped down, torn to shreds. There's debris all over the stone floor. The 2 red cushion chairs are ripped up, and the cotton batting has been pulled and strewn about the room. That's pretty much all you see. Not particularly. I mean, the hearth has long been cleaned out. I mean, it's not even. It doesn't even have like
so nothing of
charcoal
interest
bits in
about
it.
here.
It's been cleaned out and dried out and all that jazz.
All right, then I guess we
All right, you head down to the
move back
cellar.
up and
We'll go downstairs.
get
Move
ourselves
you all
ready
down
for
there.
the
If you guys would like
cellar.
to go ahead and put yourselves on the map.
Oh boy.
That's a really dark.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's upstairs. Doesn't seem to
We're
be
gonna
a
have
whole
any
lot
kind of light
doesn't seem to be
or-
a whole lot of debris down here, although where you can see
What do I
clearly
see?
a skeleton curled up in a fetal position about 20 feet ahead of you. The rest of the hallway is dark. Okay, you pull your sword out.
I'm going to go
The
ahead
hallway
and
is lit up.
again
Much better.
take the risk and draw my sword. All right, which way do we go? Well, looks like the only way we can go is down these steps.
The steps
That would appear to be correct.
these oh yeah. I don't know why
Are
it's
those the
set
steps
for him and he
are
can't
going
fix
down,
it. There
or
you
are
go.
those the steps we just went down?
You know
the,
you're huge.
the stairs go down, 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 down,
These-
down to
You know,
here.
one mini
The rest
biscuit
of it is
this morning.
just flat floor.
Yeah.
Correct. Yep. Behind you goes up.
Okay, so this is the stairway that was leading down, and then here's the flat floor. Okay, cool.
Sure. Yeah.
Maybe put
All right.
Actor and make him go
He is
scout
going
ahead to
to-
see if there's anything ahead. Or
With
Yeah,
with his dark vision, yeah.
Look
Or
for
I
trouble.
I'll
I
go
can
with
pick
him.
up a
there's really
piece
no
of rock,
debris. Sorry, there's really no debris
cast
down
light on
here
it,
as far as
and somebody
rocks.
chuck it.
There's a pile of
I
bones
still
next
pass
to
the
y'all's
trace,
feet.
so I'll go with him.
Okay. All right. All right. You chuck it,
I pick up a bone
and
I chuck it.
Let me reveal more of
after I
this.
cast light on it.
You see this. Hold on. There you go. That's what you see. Well, actually, nobody's there yet. Nobody went over there. What am I doing? Giving you too much information. There you go.
So.
But Akir's gonna get impatient. He's gonna run around the corner and find himself to a door. A wooden door. Right there. Yep, wooden door. Right, better know. Do you want me to take this one, or you reckon you'll give it a crack at it? All right, and I'm gonna have everybody also notice. Everybody notices that there is an increasingly potent. There's an increasingly potent aroma of decay. The closer you draw to this door, you did kind of move over across the bodies of several humanoid individuals along this hallway. There's quite a few of them, but the smell is not coming from them. It's coming from behind this door. It's not potent like that stinging decay smell, but it's definitely unpleasant. And that is not enough to unlock the door. So Akir's gonna go, alright, stand aside, laddie, I got this. And I'm gonna have him
it's definitely
roll
not.
his sleight of hand. And see what he can do about it. We lost music, didn't we? It's not scary.
Eyes are finicky today. If anything, that's more terrifying.
Everything just goes silent.
All right.
Yeah, that's more terrifying.
Just creating an ambience.
I'm still here.
That means something bad's coming.
Yeah.
All right.
The game just quick saved, and there's a whole bunch
Again,
of
with deft of ease, his thieves' tools slip into a lock. He clicks it, and the door swings open. Don't worry about it, Nora. You'll get there. And we're gonna let everybody
Hey man,
see
it's the
all
one
of
thing
this.
he's good at.
It's a narrow hallway.
I'll get it.
And you see what looks like shelves toppled over, emptied. There's glass on the ground. There's red stains under the glass. It's a very deep, looks like a very deep wine cellar. There's a couple of what look like empty bottles that are intact, but unfortunately there is no wine. Looks like everything's either been destroyed or stolen.
Oh, Akir, I'm sorry.
No.
As you step into the room, the smell does grow.
Is this where the smell's coming from? Okay.
You push forward.
I guess we will push forward.
And if you make it all the way to the back, I'll just remove this dim light. Do that. Yep. No problem.
I figured we
Akir's
picked
gonna
up the
join
bone
you
and
in
tossed
here.
it more forward.
Alright. Yeah. Yeah, we'll say not difficult. There's not a lot, there's not many. They're scattered about, but you were able to procure 3 green glass empty bottles. No label, no cork, no nothing. Make an investigation check.
Does it look like some kind of blockage over here?
Bad. So you notice there's a lot of debris, maybe broken barrels or drawers, or just slats of wood and what look like broken chairs and stools, all kind of mashed into the end of this hallway. But as you get closer, you notice there's like a 3-foot gap between the pile and the far wall. And with a 16, you'll notice that there is a slight kind of scrape in the floor in a half circle shape in front of the back wall. Looks like where rock has been scraped, perhaps.
Okay. My guess is there's some kind of door we're not seeing here. Like the wall can move. I'm guessing there's a trigger for it somewhere around here.
Check the bricks.
Look for secret doors.
What do you want to do? Seems to be all that's in this room.
Check the wall. Check the walls for any not
well, with a
candelabras
16,
that
you don't see any wall sconces,
like
you don't see any buttons.
Pressure plate.
The wall
or something
seems
like that.
pretty uniform.
Not pressure plate.
It's definitely like second or early third age construction, so craftsmanship is like fine, but the stones are all kind of a little irregular from each other, so you don't really see any obvious pronouncement that could be pressed. That's what you get with a 16.
But the door swings.
I'll say, if you were to imagine only half of this thing,
the half circle
that I'm doing
swings into the room.
That's what it looks like. It's a scrape that's in that shape.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. So is it? This might be one of those that we push it and it'll swivel.
You're bound forward, pushing his way.
So who's the strong
I got
person
this.
here?
But you know what? How about Axton gives me a hand here, just in case, he needs a little feeling better about himself and make him feel strong. There we go. Atta lad. Ready? Push. Give me a strength check. You can make it athletics if you have. Oh, 20 is good. That's good. And I'm tired of having to bring up his score. He's got a 17. All right, so the two of you are pressing on both sides of this wall, one on the left, one on the right, and you're noticing that it pivots in the middle because Axton's side is being pushed in just a little bit more than Accura's side. It's actually swiveling on its inner axis, and you guys are pushing against each other, but Axton's just a little bit strong. Yeah, Axton's just a little stronger, and eventually door swings like this, or the wall does, guys. And you see another little tiny room in here.
Okay, well, that's all I'm doing. I'll head back to the end. I'm afraid.
Get the bone of light.
Yeah, the bone of light, yes.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, I guess you guys can go ahead.
Yeah, Akir takes one look at this big, giant, spooky wrought iron door, and he just kind of backs up. He's like, "Yeah, I'll also keep an eye from back here, and maybe look for wine under the piles of debris. You guys got this." You see a very dusty wrought iron door, although the edges there are rather clean. You can clearly see handprints at the edges of the door, where the handle is and stuff, and you do see a little lock in there. Who's doing what? What are we doing?
Alright, I'll make my way up.
Oh, it's muted.
Yes, it's locked.
So I'm up against the door. I check to see if it's locked. It is locked. Okay.
Give it a shot.
I will take out my keys tools.
Oh, that was almost a 17. I'm gonna say you grab this lock with
It was that.
That was
thieves'
so
tools, and you can
close.
actually feel your pick starting to bend, and it gets caught in the inner workings. And as you try to pull it free, it's now stuck. Your pick is now stuck. This huge
Joy.
boom,
just walks up
and as you do that, you hear
and
this.
casts knock.
Thank you.
That eventually fades.
That's spooky.
That eventually fades back into silence. However, the door
Flitty fairies. Up.
swings open as fast as a rusty door can open up. And you see a room on the inside. Yes, you can. You kind of jam it loose, and there's
Now
a
that the
big
door's
scrape
unlocked,
across the
can I
side
retrieve my
where it kind of got
lockpick?
stuck, and you kind of wrenched it free. You're like, okay. You get the feeling you need to have a talk with your thieves' tools. So Koza and
Yeah,
Maven are still way far away, so why don't we
basic
bring them
logic.
all
What the heck,
forward?
man?
Or you need a refund.
Yeah.
It's okay. It's alright. What you see is a 20 by 25 room littered with debris, broken crates, broken barrels, look like shelving has been popped out and moved around and gone through and busted loose. There's rubble on the floor, and the far wall over here, there is a large 5-foot by 6-foot hole where the wall has been dug away and busted loose, and it now litters the ground of the floor you're in and the passageway beyond. I'll say at this point you can now see as much of the room from where you are.
Out of light.
Chuck the bone of light.
Check the bone of light.
Bone of light. Bone of light.
Oh, that doesn't look good at all.
Yeah. That sounds like some creepy cult stuff.
Or that teleporting stuff you guys were talking about.
It'd be a broken teleportation.
Circle.
That was my thought anyways. I don't know what they look like, but
No.
It could be.
You guys are about 40 feet away from it, so it just kind of looks like a bunch of
I think
rocks.
they have more room
where you
we're
are.
not dealing with a dragon turtle right now.
As you step into the room, you see at the far
I'm just
wall
gonna go
a door.
Yeah, me too.
At your feet,
I will
see
go.
what looks like a destroyed and completely inert and unusable transportation circle. Whatever magic was used with this device has long since dissipated. The glyphs and markings used to create the spell permanently have been destroyed and broken up as the rocks that made up this circle were disheveled, disleveled, and the whole thing was rendered busted and broken. At the far wall, you do see a door that looks like this. There is a on each side of the top of the door, there is writing that anybody that speaks Undercommon would recognize. Just doubt it.
Nope.
I think he speaks Dwarven. I don't believe Undercommon is associated with.
Didn't know Undercommon was a die.
I believe so, but I'm looking. Okay, apparently he doesn't even speak Common because Mike never put his languages down, so...
Not knowledge of that one.
Okay.
Yeah,
Really?
you never wrote it
Okay,
down.
so it's spooky door. There is
That's fine. I speak.
there is what
Dwarvish,
looks
I
like
can communicate with fine.
a bowl on half of it with there's an
I
edged
can't. I'm trying
a
to.
razor blade jutting out from the middle of the door underneath the writing and above the bowl. Go ahead and make a religion check.
So we're gonna have to do a blood sacrifice here.
Koza, Baranor,
Oh,
and Axton. Religion check from the three of you, please.
Yeah, I know.
Religion.
Yeah, this door
Wow.
is fascinating. Like,
Okay.
you know, for you, this is the only interesting
I would
thing
also
you've
like
seen
to
in
do
the
a
entire
religion.
building. So yeah, let's have a religion check from you, and really anybody who wants to make one. Okay. 12 from Koza, 16 from so Baranor and the two of you
18.
kind of sidle up next to each other, just kind of looking at this door.
Yuno's
Baranor,
good at
you're looking
religion.
at the bowl and the blade. You're kind of looking at the writing, and say. I'll say that as you look at the door, you're seeing certain
God, people
phrasings
can't figure out the door,
that
but the ranger and the
are
wizard can.
reminiscent of some
Makes
kind
no
of
sense.
ritualistic sacrifice, but you don't speak Undercommon, so you don't really understand what it means per se.
Well, I think
I
it's
want-
kind of.
Oh, go ahead.
Go ahead.
I was gonna say I want to cast detect magic
It is magical.
as a ritual, and see
Yep,
if
you
the
see
door
kind of like
is
this
magical
lattice
in nature
glowing from
or
the inside of the door. It looks like there
if
are,
there's some sort of
for lack of a
mechanic.
better word, lines leading from the back. And you look in the bowl, you can see there's a small pinhole. There are a number of lines that lead up to the words, different kind of spiderweb-like arrangements, and there's also lines that lead to the edges of the door. And they're all kind of very, very faintly glowing with a necromantic aura. Okay.
I'm going to try to
And
dispel
what
the
level
magic.
would you like
of
to
the
do
door.
that at? Your level? Okay, go ahead and roll.
I'm just gonna cast it at 3rd level. Okay.
I'm just transcribing it.
320. Nothing really happens. You do get the feeling that you've kind of weakened
That is a dirty
what
20.
you've kind of weakened the overall requirement for this door to be opened properly through the arcane means, but it hasn't been completely destroyed.
It's kind of clear, or at least I think it. I think what needs to be done is for someone to give some blood to this door to open it.
Not I.
I mean, I'll do it, but is that what everyone is fine with? Are we ready to go through this door?
I'm ready if everybody else is ready.
All right. I'll go ahead. You
Give yourself a paper
Okay.
cut.
give myself a paper cut with the razor blade.
Come on, Baranor, you got this.
Drip some blood
Take
into
10
that
points
bowl.
of slashing damage as you rake your wrist across the blade. Blood pours from your wound and begins to slowly
okay.
fill the little basin. As you pull your hand away, you notice that the blood is falling and draining into this hole at the bottom of the bowl.
Okay.
Okay. And you notice, since your dispel magic is still up, you notice
cure
that
wounds
the
myself as soon as I pull it
weakened
away.
nature of the magic of the door very quickly begins to revitalize, and you start to see the lines glow as if something is crawling up the lines of magic that you saw within the door, and all of you can see the very bottom portion of the writing on the door begin to very, very dully glow red. Fit like the bottom half of the letters of the bottom row.
Bottom portion of it.
Sazaros, go ahead and give
no, it needs more
Sazaros,
blood.
give me a history
Yeah. Does
check,
anyone else want to give it a go?
if you would be so kind.
I think we're all going to need to.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're kind of befuddled by this writing, but you were able to successfully transcribe it into your little
Not
journal.
good. 8.
It just kind of baffles you. It doesn't really make any sense. You're not even able to really garner the attitude of the whoever wrote it. It's just kind of it's a language that looks angry and ancient. All right.
Yeah.
All right. I am going to
Giant ape.
polymorph Koza into a giant ape.
Oh boy.
Hold on. Let me see if I can.
And then I'm going
How many hit
to
points does it have?
walk Koza up to the blood
Okay.
sacrifice thing.
I
no.
don't have a. I don't have a mini
157.
for that.
Damn.
So. Well, yeah. I mean, you're a LARP
That's
ape
okay.
is large, right?
I'll just find something that tells you I'm polymorphed.
Boom. You barely fit in this passage. It is only 10 feet wide. All right.
I'm just big now.
We're gonna say that you're willing to kind of
Monkey around.
burn through your
Hey,
entire
quit monkeying around.
pool of hit points. So we're gonna say you go ahead and slice both your wrists on this thing and just peel your skin away and really bleed into this thing and really gush the blood out to the point where you very quickly start to feel your essence like fall away from you, and you can hear this all around you as the bowl begins to fill and then drain and drain and fill and drain. You feel that your body, your head beginning to grow light.
As soon as I'm back,
Just as the letters fully light up as the blood drains into the bowl and is dry, and you hear the door begins to swing inward as if hinged at the top. The bottom swings inward into a chamber. Smell of decay and death grows by the minute as this room opens up in front of you into an expansive, pitch black cavern chamber lays before you. As you stand there looking at this new development, this door that is opened with this horrendous smell of rot flowing in from a dark space that you can't see, with these
Light.
whispers in the distance, in your ear, all around you, but nowhere. We're gonna pick up there next time.
All right.
that was the
Place.
grossest thing I've ever done as Koza. That made me feel icky.
All right, well, good
Technically,
game,
you weren't
guys.
Koza. You were an ape.
Yeah, well, just wait. It's not over. The scary is not done being scary.
That was a lot of fun.
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
Do the evil dungeon master laugh.
The fact that there's undercommon on this door is kind of,
Yeah, that's really unsettling. And the fact that it was fed
All
with
right,
blood.
folks. Let's see
Well, that's
here.
normal with their doors.
23rd is the next time we're meeting, but we're going to be skipping that week as me and Ken will both be on vacation.
Adios.
So the next time we're looking to meet is, it looks like May 7th. Yeah.
You mean
I
we're
don't
gonna have
know.
to go a month without D&D?
I don't know, but yeah. So that looks like the May 7th is the next time
How
we're going to
will we
meet.
ever cope?
And hopefully we're all able to make it and be here and see how this castle excavation mission goes. All right, we will see you next time. Bye bye.
All right.
All right.
All right, then.
See you next
Alrighty.
time.
Bye.
Bye-bye.